doing after Alaska 25. We're thinking about doing Italy and the Greek islands. I'm not sure if we're going to do Celebrity or we're going to do NCL.
I love NCL. I really do. I haven't been on Royal Caribbean yet, so I'm not gonna say anything about it because I haven't been there yet. The Carnival I remember from back in the 80s and 90s. It used to be wild and crazy. Things were more crazy back then, I guess. And also the ships were a lot more smaller and less stuff to do in them. Now they're way bigger and more, I guess, advanced when it comes to stuff like that. So we'll see. This is gonna be her first in mine in 30 years. So I'm hoping that everything will go smooth. And even though I haven't been back to really know what's going on, I'm already booking another one. So I got a funny feeling that things are gonna work out very well. There's gonna be a lot of creators in this one now, so it's gonna keep me pretty busy.
Yeah.
Why not? We're coming back home. That week's gonna fly by.
Well, I don't know if you heard that on the Utopia of the Sea, they're going to have a new type of restaurant. That's going to be an augmented reality restaurant where you're on a train and you're taking a journey around at various destinations around the world, and the restaurant moves like a train and has the images going by in the window.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, see, that's what
Nice.
I was telling somebody that the other day. I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't know exactly how it worked. But
Nice.
I have a my next cruise certificate right here. That as soon as they drop the dates on Utopia, I plan on booking it.
Sweet. Yeah, Mike is gonna be in the um, what is it? The in the Icon,
Yep.
the inaugural cruise. The two fellas on top of me is Mike and Mike, and they're both gonna be in the Booze Cruise.
Mike and Mike.
Mr. Clock and Cruise Bad Adventures here.
It's my brother.
All three
Mike.
of us are gonna be in
That's
the
my brother
Booze Cruise.
Mike.
Yeah, it's the two mic YouTube policy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm debating about going on the Icon. I have a friend, as I mentioned this morning, who's on there. I think she's going on the 4th or the 5th cruise after the inaugural, and they got the family townhome on the back of the ship. And for a family of 4 for a week, it was $72,000.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
And in 2 weeks, she's leaving to go to Alaska on a Disney cruise line, and they're in the Walt Disney Suite, and it's like $25,000 or $30,000 for the cruise.
My lord, I could.
Must be nice to have money.
Yeah, it must be.
Wow. Holy
Speaking
moly.
of group cruises,
Oh yeah, that's right. You have one too.
Ford Man and Destinations Delight group cruise is November the 11th through the 16th, going out of Charleston, South Carolina, going to Nassau, Bahamas, and Half Moon Cay on the Carnival Pride.
No problem.
Or, I'm sorry, Carnival Sunshine, I mean. Sorry about that.
This year, right?
Carnival Sunshine, I'm sorry.
That's
It's this year. This year.
Yes, 2023, November the 11th through the 16th, 2023.
Okay.
And we are looking for more people to come and join us. And we're also looking for a Helping Hands for Cruising recipient to join us as well.
Oh,
Which
nice.
that means a person that has never cruised before in their life, whether it be due to a disability, a financial situation, or whatever it may be that has hindered that person from being able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation to get away from everyday life circumstances.
Yes.
No, but we are looking for a recipient for this cruise. So if anybody knows anybody, feel free to reach out to helpinghandsforcruising.org. That's where you can actually post your 2 to 3 minute video about the person,
Okay.
and as to why you think that person would be a
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
why you think that person would be a good recipient for and things like that. So yeah.
And
Okay.
guys, if real quick, if you are thinking about wanting to host a Helping Hands for Cruising cruise, you can send your video to them as well as why we at Helping Hands for Cruising should pick you guys to be the next cruise host of an HH4C recipient. I do know that we are looking for lots of cruises. We're trying to make this thing as big as possible. We would like to get somebody on a cruise once every month if we could.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Something to definitely think about. Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Kenny, if you have the link for it, go ahead and pop it in the chat.
I'm not a model. I'm not a model on either channel.
Wait, and you're under my channel here on this computer.
And well, I've got mine,
Okay.
the YouTube chat on there.
So whatever you have and you're able to put the link, go ahead and do so. Okay.
I can't post the link unless I'm a mod.
Okay. So
Let me see if I can get you. I thought you were a mod on my channel.
I'm not a mod on yours. No,
you're not a model. Who says you're a model?
I'm not a mod.
Oh,
Let me go over to my
moderator.
channel real quick.
I said,
Okay,
hey, what are you doing,
Let me
lady?
go over
Huh?
to yours then. Let me go over to yours.
What you been doing in Michigan? Modeling?
No.
You sure, Kenny? You sure? You've been talking about Canada, so hey, you never know. You might be able to jump up there and do something. Oh, okay. While you do that, Mr. Orange Cone, you have anything else you've been holding like you wanted to say something?
No.
Okay.
But I'm passing on the information to my friend who is going to be on the Icon because she tends to sponsor families on trips.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Cool.
They try to do a family a month.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, if you have something you want me to put in the chat here, we could do so. Or send me the information to in Facebook. I have a group called Yo Brooklyn in the House. You could post stuff there too.
Okay.
And that I shared to a whole bunch of places. So that could help out also. And same thing with you, Kenny. You find me in Facebook under Yo Brooklyn in the House Facebook group, and you could share your stuff there. Okay. There's no section or anything like that. You just make your post and put it up. No holding back, you know. So I think with you, Mr. Bet, sitting over there chilling.
Okay, Kenny, I think you're mod now.
All right.
Oh, on your channel now?
Yeah.
Moving up in the world, sir.
Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can.
I thought I already had him as one from when we were doing the
Oh, I am now. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, okay. All right, there I am.
Show some love and support with both YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Hey, James here. Mr. James. I
Hey,
saw
Welcome in.
also
what's going on.
Day One Adventure is also here. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. Good evening. See you guys in the morning. Here in the evening also. Very good. We're talking here with Kenny, getting him in trouble, getting him out of his comfort zone, getting him to talk about cruising, and some good stuff. He's talking to us about Helping Hands for Cruising. Excellent. Also talking about the Icon, which these guys here are going into. I have no plans to go in that big ship yet. I am looking forward to see it because that's gonna be an immense animal. To see that thing floating, it's incredible how technology these days is moving forward. You know.
The interesting thing about Icon is the client who my company works for, we transport their product, is manufacturing all the carpet underlayment, the carpet padding for Icon of the Sea. And 2 months ago, we shipped out 100 shipping containers with 400 rolls each just for the ship. And then next month, they're shipping out another 100.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but I also do the Sun Princess. We do all the Carnival ships.
Yeah.
We basically do every ship in the industry.
Nice. So every carpet we walked on, it's from your company.
From my client's company, yep.
Nice. And that's something. Small world, man.
Yep. I get to see them manufacture the carpet padding for marine purposes every day.
Sweet. Sweet.
And believe it or not, people think the carpet padding is very complex to make. It's actually really simple. They take recycled foam, they shred it up, they mix it with castor oil, they bake it in these giant 10-foot high buns, and that are 30 feet long. They skim it down to the thickness they want. They put a backing on it like Stainmaster or Marine.
Yeah.
Roll it up, put it in plastic, and it's done.
Nice. Look at that. Telling you. Nothing like it used to be back in the day. We the sections one by one. Now it's threading the machine. They take care of all that stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Bots, how you doing? Good evening. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging out here. Foreman went ahead and put the link for the Facebook group. So
Yeah, for anybody
there you go.
that wants to join, you're more than welcome to do so. And for anybody that is interested in booking this group cruise, get a hold of Destinations Delight 96@gmail.com, and she can book your cabin, and she can hook you right up with all your booking needs
That's
for this cruise.
Yeah.
And for any other cruise that you want to go on, because she's also a travel agent. So
November 2023.
Yep.
What's the specific date? November what, 3rd, you said?
It's November the 11th through the 16th.
Got it. 11 through the 16th.
I accidentally said the Carnival Pride, but I meant the Carnival Sunshine is what I meant to say.
Sunshine.
It's November the 11th through the 16th, going out of Charleston, South Carolina, going to Nassau, Bahamas, and Half Moon Cay.
Bada bing. Very good.
And it's like I said, November the 11th through the 16th, 2023. So,
And it's also a helping hands for cruising.
it's also a Helping Hands for Cruising cruise. We're looking for a recipient for this cruise. Like I said, it has to be. It definitely has to be somebody that has never cruised before in their life, whether it be due to a disability or a financial situation,
Yes.
or whatever the circumstance may be that has hindered that person from being able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation, to get away from everyday life circumstances.
Amen.
So,
Very good. Very good.
yes.
So we could work on that too. Very nice. Norwegian Breakaway Carnival Pride and Blue Cruise October 24 of Eddie. Oh, okay. Nice. This is what Jane Catanese has to say. So he's booked on the Norwegian Breakaway, the Carnival Pride, and the Booze Cruise 2.0 in October 2024. Sweet. Nice. Very, very well. Thank you, James. Well, definitely looking forward to see you there. Butts here says hello to Cruise Pet.
Hey,
Very good.
Hey, Mike, you doing a live tomorrow morning?
No, I've got a video premiere instead.
Gotcha.
So it's 10 o'clock Central Time for my Cozumel port visit.
I saw your post today, and I went ahead and shared to the group. So
Appreciate it.
helping every every way I can. Definitely making sure that things are promoted and move around and stuff like that. So it's good to help everybody. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Don't be like Mike K.
Yeah, I pretty much
Have-
gave up on my Grand Cayman vlog. I think
I'm looking forward to that one.
I think that one is just not going to happen. So
Okay.
Oh,
just I screwed up and I shot. For some reason that day I was shooting in 360, and I don't know why I was doing it that way, but I don't know. I guess maybe it seemed like the thing to do. Which is, it ordinarily wouldn't matter, but trying to get the video from the camera to the computer, it was kind of tricky. And then but it's in 360 mode, which is really not, it's kind of useless for a vlog unless you convert it somehow. And that's what I've been trying to do, is convert it to like a regular shot. And I just can't seem to get it done.
That's on your GoPro.
Yeah. I was using my GoPro and I was shooting in 360 and I got it off onto my computer, but I can't take it from the 360 mode and put it into like something that
I wonder if here today, where tomorrow might be able
but
to
it's
help.
going to look like I'm, all contorted, and it's not going to be worth watching. So, and I need that. If I don't have that footage for the vlog, it's going to be a useless vlog. So,
Yeah. Do you know who here today, where tomorrow is?
No.
We met him on the Vloggers Cruise, and he's been in a couple of different chats in the group. But he does a lot of stuff with his 360 camera, so he may know some trick. But I haven't seen him in probably a week and a half. So I can ask him next time I see him. I think I have him on here.
Yeah.
I may have him on Facebook too.
I mean, I downloaded some software to do it, and it looked like that I was going to be able to do it with that, but every time I try to use it, it locks my computer up. So, so I may not have enough like RAM or whatever to make it function. Because I mean, my desktop is not, it's not a top end desktop, so that could be the issue. But so for now, I'm just gonna hang on to the footage. At some point, if I figure it out, but I went ahead and just did the Cozumel one, and I'm gonna do the rest of the series. And
So what happened in Grand Cayman that you don't want to do a video on?
No.
Or you're hiding the evidence?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's, man. You busted me, man. You're not supposed to ask those probing questions.
So whatever happened in Grand Cayman stays in Grand Cayman.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't going to be that exciting. It was just, because I went for my excursion, got off the ship, and for whatever reason, the way they do things at the port in Grand Cayman is chaos. I'm seeing that.
Yeah,
it probably is because I bought this desktop at Costco, and I guarantee you it doesn't have like the everything is needed, but yeah, I went there. They shove everybody in these 4 tents, and so you got like thousands of people lined up to go on excursions, and you're just stepping on each other. It's just chaos. And if you don't get there early enough, you have to be at the back. And then when the guy comes to say, "Hey, everybody for this excursion, come with us," and I guess I missed that, so I just got SOL on that. So I went back to the ship and I hung out in the Serenity area, and then I did the little water slides, and so that was but I mean, that one of the video clips is me like talking about the whole experience, and so without that, everything doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Nice, because we haven't done any plans for excursions in Montego Bay or Grand Cayman yet. And I know we texted a little some time ago about any plans, so we haven't figured anything out yet. I know definitely in Cozumel we're going to Mr. Sanchez. That's a done deal. But the other two, I haven't thought of anything yet. So anything you want to think about or come up with, just let me know.
Yeah.
Hang around and do some of the stuff. That's correct. Your video card causes that issue. Can render the video so it gets into a loop. Okay.
That's very likely because, like I said, it was. You know, when I bought this, I wasn't thinking that this was back before I had the YouTube channel. So at the time, I was just thinking taking on
something
like
to do everyday stuff.
Right. Now I'm starting to do like actual editing, and I'm running into these issues.
I'm having issues with mine just keeping up when I'm throwing a bunch of videos on there.
Right.
I mean, I'm filming most of my stuff in 4K, so the files are pretty big.
Right.
And then when I try to do my iMovie, it wants to keep freezing on me, or the videos won't load, so then I got to back out and then reload it. And it just, when it does that, and it gets me frustrated, and then I just go on to doing something else. But I'm debating on building a computer. My son's been doing that for him and his friends for the last 2 years, so I'm debating on just building one.
Yeah. Yeah, I might upgrade my. I was thinking about it anyway, because once computers get to a certain age of use, they start
like every 18 months.
That's about how it seems.
Yep. That's the problem right there. Yeah, that's another cruise. Yeah, Ali says.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's for a decent computer for doing all the stuff that we're doing it's probably going to be $1,500.
Yeah.
The one that selects Jenny got, it was about $1,200. And they had it made custom made, so still $1,200. So
yeah. I saw one at Best Buy yesterday that was decently priced and had I think it had like 16 gig, and plus it was like an i7 processor or whatever.
Yeah.
So I might invest into that. We'll see.
Cool. So, one of those deals, man. You want to make your business grow. You gotta put money in it to make money. To put money in it to make your pennies, to get penalized.
Right.
So,
spend those dollars so you can get those pennies.
That's right. That's what I kept telling Z. This is not you're not gonna get rich overnight here, but you're gonna get pennies at the beginning. It's gonna be a while, and then you have to be like climbing up. 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, so you could finally make some few nicer green dollars, But other than that,
sure Z would have more hours than what he has.
That's what I thought too. As much as live he was doing, I thought he was like packing them up, and then he checked, and that's not the case. So we'll see. I'm doing pretty good, and I think I'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. That's when I check it out on Sundays. I don't check during the week anymore. And my subscribers are little by little keep climbing, so must be doing something right. So I'm happy with that. We'll see what happens. See how close I am to the 3K tomorrow, and keep moving on and see what else happens.
Yep.
You gotta So far, it's working. That morning show is helping me out too. The morning quick, and then I jumped into the other show with Z, Jeremy, and Cheryl, and that's helping me out too. So that's another few hours a day.
That says Z-Man doesn't have as much viewers as you guys do on his lives.
Yes, and I agree with that. But I'm not gonna tell him that.
I mean, at the time, I only had like 5 or 10.
Yeah, the M2 is a 16-core chip. Okay. Good to know. And the new Apple M2 handles the rendering nicely. There you go, Mike.
Cruise Nuts, if I decide to do the setup, I might give you a call when I'm out buying stuff. But I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Decided to pull the trigger on it because, like you were saying, that's a cruise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any overtime anymore, so I can't just say, okay, I'll just work these couple hours here and pay for it.
Yeah. Just a couple hours and you pay for it? Must be nice, buddy. Yeah, I'm in the wrong field. Well, too late now. I'm already retired. So to edit 4K video or better, you need a i7 or 1-7 or AMD 7-9 processor, a minimum of 15 gigabytes RAM, and 4 to 8 gigabytes of graphic card. Holy mama.
Well, thanks for letting us know.
That's a lot of
Definitely keep that in mind.
and then I have completely moved over to Mac for video editing and rendering, and I use DaVinci Resolve for the editing software. Okay.
DaVinci Resolve. I'm gonna write that one down too. I'm
Yeah,
on Mac.
I played around with that a little bit.
Is it
That
free
one I
or is it?
It's similar to Filmora.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it free?
Tomorrow, I haven't even played with it yet.
I think they have a free version. It's just saying it's if you want to upgrade to get all the
Yeah, all the bells
special
and whistles.
transitions. And,
16 gig of RAM. The new Apple M2 handles the rendering nicely. He does. Jaddy does her all my videos on my iPhone.
I did a lot of them on my iPhone, but now it's getting to the point to where my eyes are starting to go out on me as far as the close-up stuff, and I'd rather see the big screen to do my editing.
Good evening, Mr. Scott. How you doing?
Hey, Mustard Drill and House of X Entertainment.
Hello.
And cruising is fun anytime. Cheryl.
Yep.
Hero.
Hello.
Hey, you go, Clock. Nuts are gonna send you a link. I'm about to upgrade my Alienware laptop.
Thank you.
Alienware.
Alien.
Alien. Let me get that frogs out of my mouth.
Alien.
Alien.
And Monster Drill says, I spent 30 years in IT. Would be happy to answer any questions you might have on getting a new PC.
wow.
Bam. Bada bing, right there.
We got the experts in the house.
Yeah.
That's right. And talking about experts, I'm gonna put the link back again in the chat in case anybody wants to come in and we could chat more about that stuff. Be definitely great to hear, Mr. Scott. If you're not too busy, House of X.
Hey,
Brock's in the house. Yes,
hey,
sir.
Eddie.
Yo,
You are like co-streaming with using this StreamYard, correct?
Yeah.
yes.
I was wondering how this thing actually worked because I'd actually been wanting to try.
Go stream it there.
You can do it. All you got to do is hit that blue thing in the top right.
Hold on. First of all, give me your credit card info.
Okay, stream this to. It says stream this to your audience.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You hit that, and
Okay.
it's box gonna come up where you're gonna put that Eddie is the best. In the comments, you're gonna say he's the Pineapple King,
Okay.
master of the universe, sending $20 an hour, and then hit the blue thing on the bottom, and you're in.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the Pineapple King make more than $20 an hour? Shouldn't that be like $1,000 an hour?
Yeah, well, I was being nice to
What's that
Kenny.
Social Security?
That's right.
Secret.
It's all a secret. It's all a secret.
It's all a secret, just like his cruise.
That's right. My secret cruise coming out October 2024.
You say you're coming out October 2024?
The secret cruise is coming out 2024.
As the
I
Pineapple
already came out, so I came out of the bedroom to come see here. So Alex over here getting all. What are you talking about? chilling here, baby. Oh,
Orange Cone, I got a lot of the
editing
same
to go
stuff.
live.
All right.
And Jaddy says, hi again, friends. To House of X, Bronx Bronx is in the house. Orange Cone says, I use my iPhone DJI Osmo Pocket 10 Canon US my camera that is capable of doing 8K video. Yes, DaVinci Resolve is free. Good to know.
If they want to go on this secret booze cruise, they reach out to Ocean Travel. What is the email address?
Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
I got a
Nice.
Sony VZ1. I got my iPhone. I got my Hero 8.
This is what I got.
And I got my Pocket Osmo 2.
Cell phone. I do have a 2.7K camera that I think I'm gonna have to upgrade to 4K eventually. So, for now, that's what I have to play around with. And I have a GoPro that a great friend of mine supplies. So I'm gonna be using those all three. And I'm bringing my Nikon D40 also to take pictures, so I can blend them in with it. And James says, Eddie is the Pineapple King, and we are all members of the Pineapple Mafioso. Yo, 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 yo. Good thing we're not in Bensonhurst. Pineapple King, that's right.
Oh, that was a good one.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I think she
Pineapple
Montana
Queen does
combusted.
spoken, so yo, I've been wanting to get a GoPro. Yes, very good. Yes.
Yeah, I got the
Yeah,
if you watch the Cruise Nuts, that's what they mainly film on is GoPros.
Yeah, I got my little GoPro Max 360,
nice.
which is good. I mean, it puts pretty good footage out there. And I got my little cheapo little camera I got on Amazon for doing underwater stuff.
Yes, now I know that you told me about it, that I could do the 4K with the settings and stuff. Yes, sir. Looking to get an Auto Evo 2 8K drone. Ooh, nice. Nice. Very nice.
I think my next camera is going to be a 360. I kind of like some of the stuff that I can't remember what the hell his name is from Here Today, Where Tomorrow.
Oh, the one in the stick that goes up and
Yeah,
yeah. I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name yet, the name either. But yes,
he pulls stuff off of it to where he can put his VR headset on, and when he puts his VR headset on, it looks like he's like reliving everything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to see that thing in action in the Bloggers when we were sitting over by the Starbucks having coffee and talking to with Tony and all these people over there. It was
That
pretty
and
nice.
they're waterproof, and they have that extra lens on them, so when you stick them underneath the water, it doesn't block the lens. It doesn't give a blur on the lens.
Yeah.
And Scott here says Insta360 times X3.
Yep.
Cindy is saying hello to everyone. Call Me V is also here. Hello V, how you doing?
Hello, Tommy V.
Everybody's Danny saying what's up, Mike and Eddie and panel. We're trying to stay out of trouble, Danny. So no worries. James tells Cindy we say hello. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Good. Let me put the link back again just in case somebody else wants to come in. Join the panel with us. We're talking about camera equipment, stuff to do. So very nice.
Wow.
My dream camera is a Blackmagic Design URSA Mini Pro 12K digital film camera. Sells for $7,000. It's a cinema quality pro camera. Wow, we're talking big time here. Oh, yo. Yeah, that's big time. V, 2 mics. Yeah, that's our policy. My policy is 2 mics per night. Otherwise, we don't go live. Kenny got mixed up. Kenny told me his first name was Mike also.
Yeah, I think they take away your watch hours if you don't have at least 2 mics.
Yep,
on your panel.
that's right. James did. So Cindy, Mike Clark, check your email when you get time. Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
Right now.
hey, halfway everybody. I am technically challenged as well. I don't do well with technology very much.
Oh, it's closed.
Whoa.
Ooh, that little thing.
I'm here for mic drop.
Hi,
Which one of
B.
us are you going to drop?
Hi, Miss Crystal. Hey, Crystal, we said hi.
Alice.
Alice.
Oh, hi, Alice. Because
Oh,
I know it's
Crystal.
on Crystal's. It's on everybody's.
Crystal's here too.
Well, I'm actually.
She's behind the scenes.
She's actually in the background.
Challenge.
No, but she has it live on her channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, because Kenny's using my computer.
I was trying to figure out how to what it was. I was trying to figure out how to co-stream. Okay.
Never done that yet.
So I was told all I had to do was hit that where it says share with your audience.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, stream to your audience.
And since
See, there we
my
go.
tablet has decided it's not going to allow me to be on StreamYard, I switched over to her computer.
And instead of me logging out of YouTube, I just left my channel in there and let Kenny stream from my channel. But we have it on the big screen, we have it on our telephones, and we have it on the computer.
I got us all on a big old 75-inch screen.
On a what?
TV.
On a big what?
75-inch.
Big what?
you sound like somebody I know who usually says, I'm watching on a 100-inch television. I'm just saying.
Kenny, your credit card info came by. I got her, all right? I'm just charging you by the hour, so no worries.
Charging by the hour. That's double
Yes,
trouble
Dave.
because it's Mike's fault.
Always. Always.
He's
It's
like,
always my fault.
Always. These guys are always at fault. No matter
hey, I
what.
didn't say which Mike. You just said you just
They-
admitted
they
it was
both
you.
are, don't worry.
Oh, my fault.
They
I'm
both
just
are.
used to it.
Yeah. They both named
This man-
Michael Trouble.
No, I'm an angel. Check my video. I'm 99% angel, only 1%
99%.
These two guys are both trouble, so don't worry.
This
trouble.
one's
I'm
always
on the
doing
right
stuff to me.
spot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
Hey.
talking about.
Hey,
No,
Kenneth
Like, he's
Bird.
always trying to get me in trouble
Speak
for
English
stuff.
now? I got you.
Hey, Lily.
No hablo
Hey,
español.
what does this little S mean beside Lily's name?
That means she's not on my chat. She's in somebody else's chat.
I think she may
Really?
be.
Look at that.
But I'm able to see everybody's.
I think she's a supporter for a channel
Like
subscriber.
memberships or something.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because
Oh, she's a member on Crystals.
There
Yeah,
you go.
That's what it would be. Gotcha.
Check out this camera for blogging. Red Digital Cinema V Raptor XL 8K VV production pack. It's crazy.
Okay, I have a question for this camera. Where do I get sponsored? Because I will try the beep out of that camera.
I will believe you, but
Because it's cold right now.
We're getting thunderstorms and rain over here now.
yeah.
I bet
It
I thought I
was-
seen some lightning in the background.
We had
Yeah,
we had
well-
snow on the windshield.
Yeah, we're getting it big time over here. We were. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it
Yeah,
still
it's,
is
it's,
now.
it's been raining here the last hour, so finally came by. You know, it's been in
We had enough
Texas
of that yesterday.
and everybody else.
I was just sitting
Now
here.
we're finally here. Scotty, how you doing?
Hey, Scotty.
I'm really tired. I've been traveling all day.
Nice. We have the Master Tech
Oh.
here, so if any questions, anybody wants to know about technology, just the man to talk to.
Okay. Why does not my washing machine not climb up the stairs to get my
Oh my God.
like I'm dying to
That
know.
kind of works. That's why you
Okay,
get out of
and-
bed and you go beat it up. Tell them,
It's
get
the
up
best-
stairs now.
I apologize. I apologize for drinking this in front of everybody.
Drink away. I'll hold the garbage for you when you don't need it anymore.
Mike wants one. He said he wants
I'll
one.
hold your hair.
What is the other mic going to be holding?
That camera sells for $45K.
I claim the hair.
No,
There's a fee. There's a fee involved in that. You know.
always.
Oh, so it's only members only?
Members only.
Or fans only, or whatever that site is called that I don't
Exactly.
learn anymore.
Exactly. Nobody rides for free.
You got to pay for cruises somehow.
See, Mike in the middle, Mike Clark wears heels. He goes out to the corner. That's how he makes his money. You didn't know that, V?
That's
Well, he puts his card in the ATM like everybody else.
That's right. How I pay for my cruises is my business.
Hey, it's because Eddie tried and he couldn't even get a $5 bill, you know.
That's right.
Which Eddie you talking about?
You know, they all looked at Alice and were like, who's this guy?
Oh my! So, Mr. Scott, what's the
Yeah,
with
turn my fan
the 4K and the 360?
All right, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I am hearing everybody 3 times.
Wow.
Must be the corona.
That's what I say. That's some powerful Corona.
Share the wealth. How many wins you got open?
No, it's definitely not the corona.
He had to process that 3 times.
Kenny's fault. That's what it is.
I ain't done nothing.
Yes,
I just could.
Kenny is the one doing it.
But now I know how. I know how this co-streaming thing works now.
You go. You see, right there.
Yeah.
His fault. But make sure
Pretty
you.
easy.
Kenny, only make sure that the StreamYard page is the one with the volume. Everything else you have to mute.
And I don't have nothing else open but the StreamYard.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's because you have the other channels, like the TV's probably on. Is it muted?
The sound's down on it.
If it's not muted, he'll still catch it.
All right, somebody did something because now it's perfect.
I bet you I'm not hearing anything.
No, it's just it's picking up with he has headphones, so he's gonna hear more stuff. You're not really listening to the whole thing like he does.
He's just sensitive. Okay.
That's what it is, V. It's definitely sensitivity for sure.
I get you.
She's gonna get in trouble.
No, I'm not.
So, Eddie, you would ask me something, and I was trying to pick out what you said through all the flotsam, but I couldn't. But now that it's gone, ask again.
So what's the deal with all this 4K 360 stuff? What's the difference? What's the best deal here? If you were to go to a store now and get something.
I mean, so like in my opinion, I think that most people are not watching YouTube in 4K at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think 1080p is perfect for YouTube. I mean, most people are watching it in either 720 to 1080. Probably most people are watching it in 1080. I'm not saying don't do 4K. I do 4K. Everything I do is 4K. Unless, so like I have, I do probably 99% of my vlogs on this phone, which is the S23 Ultra. And before this, I had the S22 Plus. So I use this function in the camera. It's exclusive to Samsung flagships. It's called Director's View. So if you watch any of my videos, you'll see I'm up in the corner, and then what I'm seeing is what you see in most of the videos. And that is just a function of this feature called Director's View that is exclusive to Samsung flagship phones. So when I have my camera set for 4K, both for the front and the rear camera. But when I go into Director's View, there's a limit at 1080p. So that's So whenever I'm doing, most of my vlogs are going to be at 1080p just because that director's view feature is locked in at 1080p. It doesn't get any better. It'll probably get to 4K at some point, but right now it's only at 1080 because it was only at 720 and now it's at 1080. So it'll probably get to 4K. But if I'm on a single camera, forward or rear, then it's going to be 4K. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm processing that video and editing it in Filmora, I'm going to cut it down to 1080 anyway.
Did not Orange Cone vlog?
Great. Good advice.
Question: how long does the battery on your phone last?
It depends how much I'm recording. But probably, I probably get most of the day out of it.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing I do too is if you see this here, this ring here, so that's like for a MagSafe charger. So I have like this really thin MagSafe charger, and the mount that I use when I'm vlogging is a Ulanzi, and it's just deep enough for me to put that MagSafe charger on there and mount it. So that kind of keeps it topped off. So it doesn't pull from that, but it keeps it topped off. So
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
I constantly run out throughout the day. I have to.
Yeah,
I keep two battery packs with me.
For sure. I mean, like I have a Pixel 7 Pro as well that I carry around with me because sometimes I'm just like I'm killing the battery in this thing, right? So, so I have that sometimes, but the quality on the two are not the same, and I try not to interchange them just because my vlogs would just kind of look like they would look weird because the video is just completely different. So you'd see like one scene was me complete. It would be noticeable, and I don't want to detract from the quality of it. So I try to just keep this topped off as much as possible. But
Got a couple people in here.
Hey, Club Towers. Larry.
But yeah, if you notice too, like when I got into Eddie's, I got into one of Eddie's lives like about a week or two ago from a computer I've been using to edit my videos on for a while. And I just got like all of this talk back, and I've just been having problems. I was actually telling my wife from the time I was invited into the live stream, like by Eddie posting the link, and the time I was able to get that damn thing to boot up and be completely ready for me to do it was like 30 minutes. I'm like, this is not acceptable, right?
Wow.
So if you notice, like in the last couple of videos I've been in, like when I was in like the morning show the other day, I probably didn't notice, but anyway, there was a box in the background or whatever. So I went ahead and bought all the components I needed. I'm building a completely new top of the line PC with it's got an i7 12th generation processor in it, a 3090, an RTX 3090 graphics card in it, and 32 gigs of RAM. It's all MSI. So it's an MSI build. So it's an MSI case, it's an MSI motherboard, MSI RAM, MSI video card, the whole 9 yards. So I put that entire system together. It's an absolute beast. It will carry me probably for the next 4 or 5 years. I put it complete, the whole thing, even a copy of Windows, for about $900.
Okay.
So where do you live? I'm driving from Canada to go see you.
So anyway, I mean, if you're interested in knowing exactly, what you need to buy, and if you want to put something like that together or whatever, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. Just contact me, send me an email about it or something, or a IG message about it or something like that or whatever, and I'll get back to you on it. But I bought most of the components from Amazon, so I mean, it's all readily available. So like I said, that system, I should have it up. I'm away right now. I'm in an undisclosed location. I can't say where I'm at because
You must be with.
I mean, I can say where I'm at. I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, I've been traveling all day. I'm spending the week here in Virginia is where I'm at. So
Virginia.
You're an hour away.
So I live in Pennsylvania. I'm now in southeastern Virginia, so I'm be spending the week here. And but when I get back, I'm expecting the last component of my build to show up while I'm gone. And when I get back, I'll stick that in there, and then I'll be back up and running on that. Now that's part of my whole kind of like studio vlogging setup. So what I do with that is I have a Sony ZV-1 that I have set up on a tripod with that, and I'm using an Elgato Cam Link to connect that to the PC, and then I use OBS to do all of my in studio. But I haven't done a studio video in quite a while because I've been on like continuous nonstop cruises since like, God, I don't even know, like October of 2022. So I don't do too many in studio videos. And the last couple of live streams that I've kind of hijacked, including this one, I'm just like using like my regular computer with a webcam. So, and now I'm on my laptop, which is a Dell G5 gaming laptop with a 3060 card in it or whatever that I travel with it. It weighs 10,000 pounds. I have a Swiss Gear laptop over here that the handles are tearing because this damn thing weighs so much, but it's brand new. I just bought it. I spent like $1,500 on it, and I use this to edit my videos when I'm on chips. Just because I had an older laptop that it just couldn't handle it. So, but in any event, I've been using, just like I said, a regular webcam thing to do stuff lately, but hopefully I'll have that whole system back up and running within the next, I don't know, within a week or so of getting back from here, and then I'll be ready to, maybe do some more stuff from that. But now the other thing too I do on that computer is I use a software-based sound mixer called oh my God. See, like when I'm in Mexico, they tell me I drink too much tequila. When I'm in Virginia, I'm still drinking too much Mexican beer. So it's called Sound Meter. So, or Voice Meter is what it's called. So there's 3 versions of it: Voice Meter Banana, Voice Meter Potato. They're all free. And I use that as a mixer so that I can bring like different sound components in. Like if I wanted to share my screen, or if I had multiple mics and stuff like that. It is by far the best free sound mixer you can get for any kind of vlogging or YouTube kind of setup or whatever. So, and there's a ton of videos you can watch on YouTube to find out how to get it all set up and get your inputs correct and, everything like that. But okay, I'm done.
So in other words, you cross the border so you go have Mexican beer. I see. That's what you.
So when you're way back home, you can stop by my house and get me set up on the computer because I'm in Maryland.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Your credit card info, please.
Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on.
Wipe
You
here
just
for
type it in the
access.
chat.
A wow and refill. Put some gas in the car and then come over. No, Scott, man, you're welcome anytime. And don't worry about no taking over and stuff like that. That's no biggie. The more we could learn, and if you're willing to help us with that, hey, more power.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know everything, but I spent 30 years in IT and building servers, administrating, setting up networks, systems integration, all that kind of stuff. So, like, when it comes to technology, I definitely know. I hate to be like, I don't want to be a jerk about it. I know a lot about technology, so
yeah, you know more than me. So,
But yet you can't figure out why my washing machine can't walk up the stairs.
I tell you, go get a bath, smack it a few times, and that machine will go up the stairs quickly.
Do you want me to do a short or a long for that smacking of my washing machine?
Do
Because,
both.
you
Do
know,
a long first, and then cut out a short out of it.
But if
Gotcha.
you want to know how to set up Nightbot, check Jeremy because Jeremy knows way more about Nightbot than I do. So
Yeah.
why is there not a daybot? I'm still confused.
That's a good question, V.
But
Still
V, you come
confused
up with
about it.
one. Talk to Jeremy. He might come up with a daybot. You know, you never know. Hey,
Jeremy, make it happen.
I got hashtag dad joke on mine and a couple other things.
Arving with G had a question about OBS.
yeah. What is OBS?
yeah, I think it's called. I think it stands for. There's two versions of OBS. There's Streamlabs OBS, and then I think there's just like OBS. I use just OBS, but it's. I think it's like Open Broadcast Studio, this, that, whatever. Anyway, it's just basically a streaming software you can use. A lot of gamers use it. I use it just because it's free. So, I mean, that's the only reason why. I mean, I have an Elgato Stream Cam, so I can use Elgato software if I want to manage the video portion of the whole thing, but I just choose to use OBS. OBS is open source. It's really robust. You can really just drill down into it, get think about it like this. Like if you know anything about Photoshop, photo editing, which is similar to video. Think about like when you're editing your video, everything is in layers, right? So with OBS, you can layer sound, which I think is, really pretty cool as far as, from a power standpoint, like for you to be able to layer sound components and stuff in that, I mean, it's really pretty, it's pretty cool that you don't have to pay for something that powerful. So that's just why I use it. It's free. And, again, I'm a geek, so I'm an IT person. So that kind of stuff just isn't intimidating to me. I can just use it. I can do stuff with it. So it's not really that big of a deal. Other people might be a little bit intimidated with it. It's pretty easy to use, and I always say to anybody, if you don't know, ask me. If I don't know, watch YouTube. Find a YouTube video on it. That'll show you how to do it.
So that setup you got, are you using, did you say Filmora for your editing?
Yeah, so I've been using Filmora since the beginning. I heard you guys talking, like before I jumped in, I heard you guys talking about DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a good piece of software. It's very similar. I mean, they're all kind of pretty similar, but it's pretty similar to Filmora. The problem I have with DaVinci Resolve is the free version of DaVinci Resolve is very robust, and I think you can really use it as a good solution to edit your videos. The problem I have with it is it's not as straightforward and as intuitive as Filmora is, so it's complicated, right? And it can be, and if it's complicated, it can be clumsy, and and you can run into trouble finishing your edit, right? So it gets a little bit easier if you pay for DaVinci, you get the upgraded version. But even then, I think it's just a little bit more complicated.
Now, have you ever, I know you use, you said Samsung as your phone. Have you ever tried iMovie?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned this the other day in the thing. So when my last IT job before I retired, I supported a graphics and photography department with all Macs, right? So like I'm Mac certified. I mean, there's nothing about a Mac that I don't know, and I actually used to use iMovie, and here's the thing about iMovie, right? Like this is the problem I have. Mac is great. iPhone is great for people who just want to just do something and just have it work, and they don't really want to think about, and they don't want to really drill down in it too much. For me, that just doesn't work for me because I need to know more about it, and I need to be able to work with it more than just kind of like that, and it looks amazing, right? Like I mean, that's easy, obviously, but that just doesn't work for me. So iMovie is great. Don't get me wrong. Apple stopped supporting iMovie years ago. It's out there. You can download it. You can use it. It's still available, but they don't really support it anymore, which means that they're not really putting anything new in it.
Okay.
So for me, I would recommend don't use a piece of software that's no longer being supported by the manufacturer, just because, I mean, yeah, if you're fine with what it does, great. But if you want it to do anything else, or if it gets buggy on you, then you're screwed.
It's buggy on me. That's why I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's the problem, because they haven't done anything with it for years. So they stopped supporting it. So they don't do any updates on it. They don't do any bug fixes on it. They don't do anything else with it. So what I would recommend is you can buy a lifetime license for Filmora for $69.
That's cheap.
Why not do that? Why not do that? Just buy a lifetime license for Filmora for $69. I mean, they have like a monthly fee one too, but they have a one-time fee, $69 perpetual license. Buy it, and then watch some videos on Filmora or whatever, play around with it, stuff like that. I think Filmora by far is the most robust software as far as its ability for you to really just kind of render out a really great video, transitions and music and just everything, and layering, and I mean everything is perfect. I mean, I would probably not ever use anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now my son is a filmmaker. He uses Adobe Premiere. Right. So, but he's doing way more powerful things than I am. So yeah, I would never use Adobe Premiere to do a YouTube video. It's kind of like bringing a bazooka to a knife fight. It's like, it's way overkill for what we do. So, and way complicated. So.
I got you.
Yep. When the first time I saw the Filmora all over the place, I'm like, what am I doing here? What's all this,
Yeah, so there's this YouTuber, his name is Daniel. Shoot, I know Daniel.
I think I know what you're talking. I think
Badel, something like that. Anyway, right? He's this huge YouTuber. I mean, like, he's massive, right? I think he's had a big channel, and he's all about video editing and making YouTube videos and this and that. So he had a sponsorship from Filmora for a really long time, and then he just had a big, huge legal fight with them. And now he's on to a DaVinci Resolve, and he's promoting that. But if you go back and look at his older videos, I mean, he was really hard and heavy on Filmora. And the only thing that really soured the relationship for the two was that Filmora just had a thing where when you bought this perpetual license for a fixed one-time fee, then they switched it. So when they got to a newer version, they came back and said, okay, now that perpetual license was supposed to be unlimited upgrades. Now suddenly you can't upgrade to the new software anymore. It's only for that version and any of the updates in that version. And as soon as we go to the next version, you don't get the new version for free. Oh. And he really fired back at them to the point where they went to YouTube and used their kind of muscle behind, who they are with YouTube to try to even get his channel booted. I mean, it really got ugly, and then it turned into a legal battle and stuff like that. And I think it's resolved now. But with that said, if you buy into that perpetual license at whatever version, I think the current version is 12, I think, or something like that. If you buy in at that version and all of the upgrades in that version is good enough to carry you for the next 5 or 10 years. I mean, the only thing you're going to really find in the next versions aren't bug fixes and stuff like that. You're just going to find kind of like new capabilities, but the capabilities, it's kind of like when they go from the S22 to the S23. What really changed? Nothing really, right? Like, it's not that much. It's such incremental changes between one version and another that you're not going to really miss out on it. So again, for $69, you get this amazing, super powerful piece of software that you can do, it's capable of editing videos for purposes way better than us chronicling our vacations on cruise ships. You know what I mean? Like, it's more than you ever need, in my opinion.
Definitely. Kenny, you here?
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Okay. No, just
Hey, Kelly and Tammy's journey, and I want to say hello to Arving with G and
Meg.
Susan Koozies. Koozies. And who else was it? Michigan Carol and Destination Fun. Hello.
There you go.
I'll just ditto what Kenny said. How about that?
And Larry was asking me to say machine again. I don't know why. Maybe the way I said it or something, he liked it, or gave him giggles or something. Machine. I could say in any language you want. Machine, or I'll be Scarface right now. Say hello to my little friend, my machine. But yeah, I do have the Filmora downloaded. I haven't really used it yet.
Yeah.
But, I've been doing everything on my phone with the InShot, and I do want to come up to this thing next to the laptop and start working on it.
Yeah, so I bought 2 licenses for Filmora just because you have to be logged in. So you can use it on one license on multiple computers, but not simultaneously. So when you log into Filmora on one computer, it boots you out on the other, which isn't the big deal. But so I'm logged in at home. I'm doing editing. I'm logged in on this thing, editing. I just decided to buy 2 licenses so that I don't have to log in and out. But again, it's one account at Filmora, 2 licenses. I log in on each one of them. That's the only kind of downside of it. When I'm on a ship, you know how the internet is on a ship, right? Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not great. So anyway, so if you can't log in, authenticate within Filmora, it will let you do everything you need to do, but you can't export your video out into what you're going to upload to YouTube Studio just because it'll watermark it, because it can't authenticate that you have a license. So, if I haven't gotten into that situation yet, but if I ever did, then I would just sit on it until I could connect or whatever. But now, I think the worst internet connections I've ever had was Carnival ships right after the restart.
Yeah.
The last Carnival ship I was on was Celebration in December of 22, and it was pretty good. So I didn't really have a problem on that one. But like Carnival ships in the beginning, especially the Carnival ships I went on out of Baltimore, so like Legend, Pride. And then I went on Sunshine out of Charleston, South Carolina in March of some year. Anyway, between the restart and now. So I can't remember when I went on it. But anyway, the internet was not great. So it was basically practically unusable during that time. But I haven't really had that problem since. So
I am getting Wi-Fi for the first time on the Boost Cruise. I regret big time that I didn't get it during the Bloggers Cruise, but that's past, gone, over with. I'm getting it now for the Boost Cruise because I wanna do lives from the ship as we're going out there, wherever we're going, and I also want to download everything to my computer at night. So this way, even although I'm going to have it in memory cards for every day, but whatever I film with my phone, I want to download to the laptop, so I could put it on Google Photos and also on Amazon Photos. So to have a backup and hopefully save it, because a lot of stuff from the bloggers, I deleted it, unfortunately. Yes, I made a mistake. One of the last videos that I was doing, everything got attached to it. I didn't realize because it was all like dark. I couldn't see what it was. And I got mad. I deleted that video that I was doing without realizing that everything was getting deleted. So yeah, learning lesson.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yes, big time ouch. Big time ouch.
This is why somebody once said, even if you're recording, take a moment to just enjoy it without.
You got that right. So, well, we move on. Learn my lesson. Hopefully, I do better in the next one. So, that's the whole idea. That's what I'm hoping. That everything does work out.
You just make sure you're his neighbor on the next cruise. It's fine.
Yep.
I'll take care of you. I'm sorry, I missed his first name.
Scott is usually doing
Okay.
he's usually doing Royal Caribbean. I haven't done that yet, so we work on it. I mean,
Sorry.
Bless you, V. Yeah.
Thank you.
He gets carried away,
The mics, both mics.
I guess I haven't paid him enough, so.
Kelly, I believe that we are going to have a Boost Cruise bar crawl. It's not an official bar crawl, but I believe they're working on it. I think Marsha and a couple of the ladies are working on doing something like that. But yeah, definitely we'll be having one of those. And then on the next Boost Cruise 2.0 happening in October 2024, we'll definitely have a bar crawl. In that one, also a cabin exchange, so we could check out the different cabins. And Mike Clark will be there also, so he'll be putting nicely designed pineapples on your door. So no worries, everything's gonna be taken care of. If he doesn't do it, I'll make sure he does. He brings his he has a load of pineapples at home, so he'll be bringing them.
Magnet.
Oh no! Don't do it.
And he'll be able to put that stuff all over the place. Cruise Bay.
Hey.
When I was on Magic in September, going to Eastern Canada. I mean, I've been on. God, I can't even remember how many cruises I've been on. Like, I've been on like gazillions of cruises, right? And obviously, I understand and I know I get it, right? I have never actually seen it though until I was on Magic in September of 22, and I was running around the ship. It was about 2:00 in the afternoon. I came down the aft elevators, came off the elevators, came out of that alcove, head for the, starboard hallway. And there it was, the door right in front of the throughway, right on the door, upside down. I featured it in my video from that cruise. I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't unsee that, right? Like, it was the first time I actually saw it firsthand.
There were several on the vloggers.
So did you knock on the door and say Roomster or vlog service? Free vlog service?
No, in fact, even when I was vlogging about it, I didn't even know how to I didn't even know how to reference it. And I just ended up saying, and moving on.
There was at least 30 of them on the horizon when we were on there for the inaugural cruise.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I know vloggers had more than 20.
Ugh.
Y'all are talking about upside down pineapples, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We even had them served at dinner time.
We even had them served at dinner time.
V knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ron enjoyed his on a plate.
There you go. I want to answer before we get too far. I want to answer Plump Traveler's question.
Where you think we're going?
He asked me if I dyed my hair. And the answer to that is no.
I don't know, but it looks to me like you did.
I don't dye hair.
You sure?
I'm positive.
He keeps it
Yep.
alive. He doesn't die. Gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't die. He paints it. He sprays it.
Yeah.
And I want to say hello to Ellsworth, Carl, and Lacey, Sarah, Brooke, and Chelsea.
Chelsea. I always forget Chelsea.
And I know Scott mentioned something about a cruise from South Carolina that he did on the Sunshine. So isn't there a cruise coming up in November?
Yes, it is called the Ford Man and Destinations Delight Group Cruise. And it's going out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, what a coincidence.
And
Charleston.
on the Carnival Sunshine.
Sunshine.
On the Carnival Sunshine. And it's going to Nassau, Bahamas, and Half Moon Cay. November the 11th through the 16th, 2023. And if anybody wants to do any booking, get in touch with Destinations Delight 96@gmail.com.
Nice.
And she can hook you right up.
Oh, and can I add? You guys are always talking about doing the bar crawl. Trust me, even if you don't drink, you do the bar crawl. This girl doesn't drink. I did the bar crawl. So much fun. I think I had more fun than they did. And I even had to teach an American how to throw a snowball. Just saying, it gets interesting.
I saw part of it on the bloggers, and I should have followed them around. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
On the
We started with 6. We ended it with 12. I don't know how, but I just kept getting bigger.
Somehow they like a magnet saying, "Come on,
Yeah.
follow this group."
They look like the fun group. We're just gonna keep following.
Group cruise.
Thank you, Chris.
Cruise November 11th to the 19th. Yes, got it. Yeah, we're planning to. Kelly, I'll be getting in touch with. I'll get in touch with you. Let's find out. Bruce is in charge of the booze cruise now in October. Living out on Ola, and I believe you're in it too. So if you want, get in touch with Bruce. Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com, and it's either him, Journey with the Gingers, and there's somebody else. It might be the Moonlight Josh from Moonlight Adventures that are taking care of that bog crawl. One of them is. Find out. You might be able to help out with that. So
No.
Now, Eddie, at some point, you got to get back to Brooklyn to get on an MSC ship.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Hey, Mustard Drill, you going on the World America first sailing?
Not the first sailing, no. But so like here's my big dilemma. I am really rapidly falling in love with MSC, right? So like I'm actually kind of worried that I might get, like I might turn into like the MSC cruise channel, right? like I'm thinking, so I need more diversity in my cruise portfolio now because I'm looking at MSC, right? And now that they're now that they're going to be sailing from New York, which is like a 2.5-hour train ride for me.
It's not too far.
It's
like,
a 4-hour and 20-minute drive for me.
Yeah. So like, all right. So you're in Maryland, right? Like you're around the Baltimore area, right?
Yep.
Okay. So like I'm straight up 83 from you.
Okay.
So,
Carpool.
So what I'm saying is for me, right? Like I'm 15 minutes from the Amtrak station, right?
Mhm.
And then I'm 2.5 hours later, I'm at Penn Station in the heart of Manhattan, So for me, it's like, now here's the problem. I'm even closer to Port of Baltimore Like I'm only about an hour and 10 minutes from the Port of Baltimore.
I just
right?
don't like
But
the ships
prob-
going out of Baltimore.
Yeah, that's my problem, right? Like I love the big ships, right? And you're not going to get a big ship underneath that damn Francis. I'm sorry, Eddie. You're not going to get a big ship
Trust me, that's
under
not
that
gonna be the
bridge.
worst word.
Okay, right. But anyway, so you're not going to get a bridge. You're not going to, I mean, I get so mad all the time, right? Like I said to myself, I wonder if I could use my connections from the Pennsylvania legislature to get a hold of Larry Hogan before he leaves office and tell him to get rid of that damn bridge. Right. So anyway, I mean, like
just have to
that
put it on the
bridge, that
It'll
bridge
have
is
to-
the problem
Yeah.
for sure. So
You put that
yeah, so
petition
I like
in
the
the-
big ships. I like the big ships. So now that they're going to be going out of New York, you know,
So understand my
I'm-
first two cruises were Pride out of Baltimore because we did it for my honeymoon and then we did it for my
Gotcha.
first anniversary. Then we said, well,
Yeah.
let's try Royal. Well, then I went to Oasis. So I've done Oasis twice.
Yeah.
I've done Wonder
Right.
twice, and I've
Right.
done Symphony. So
Right.
I'm kind of hooked on the Oasis class ship.
Yeah. I mean, Oasis is great, right? So, like, I was just on Anthem, which is almost as big as Oasis. I was
Yeah,
just
I
on
wanna
Anthem
try
in
those.
January. I've been on my first Oasis ship. What I was on was Allure, and then Oasis came to Bayonne, New Jersey. So I've been on Oasis twice. I've been on Allure once. I've been on Harmony. I'm going on Wonder in October. So
My only thing about going out of New York is stopping at damn Port Canaveral. They
yeah.
got so many cruises that want to stop in Florida.
Yes,
And
right. So
I want somewhere else down there first.
So whenever I want to do like a longer cruise from New York, it's always going to go to like Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, St. Martin, St. Lucia, right? So, and which is a great cruise, right? I was just on that in January. It's an amazing cruise. It's really awesome. 11 days, right? From New York. Now, here's the problem. The only thing I hate about that whole thing, like in January, like the heart of the winter, right? So, what the North Atlantic is like sailing out, so the days down and the days back are terrible. They're cold.
Yeah, you're freezing on the way
The
down
ocean's
and back.
terrible, right? Everything is terrible, right? But in any event, while you're down there, it's great, and it's great that I don't have to fly, right? Flying's an ordeal for me. I have to drive to BWI or I have to drive to DCA. I have to stay the night before. Well, not to BWI, I don't stay the night before, but DCA, I stay the night before. It's a whole big ordeal. It's a big ordeal for everybody, right? But, for me, it's like, it's great if I can get on a cool ship like that and do a really great itinerary. So now MSC's coming to Brooklyn and they're going to be doing, like, for instance, I'm going to be like in January of 24, I'm going on Maravilla from Brooklyn. I'm going to Cozumel and Costa Maya. You can't do that from the Northeast on any other line on any other ship. Right?
Oh, so they are doing it without having to stop at Port Canaveral?
Yeah, so the whole itinerary is Brooklyn down to Cozumel, then Costa Maya, then up to their private island in Ocean Cay, and then back up to New York, 11 days, right? So now I'm sailing that solo. I'm in a studio cabin, and that's the other thing. That's the other great thing about MSC. When you're in, like, even Royal Caribbean has studio cabins, right? And they are, quote, not supposed to have the single supplement. So they're supposed to be cheaper, but they're always just as expensive as if you're booking a standard cabin with one person in it, right? But I'm sailing an 11-day cruise from Brooklyn on Maravilla to Cozumel and Costa Maya for $700 all in.
Hey, you can't beat that.
Wow.
$700 all in. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna hitchhike to Brooklyn if I have to, like I'm getting on that ship, right?
Yo, Brooklyn in the house, baby.
I'm not missing that, right? So here's the flip side of that, right? If I want to get on Anthem, which is right across the river from there, and do an 11-day cruise on a balcony cabin for 2 people, it's going to cost me $5,000.
Wow,
But
what a difference.
But the missus and I are getting on Maravilla for 7 days in February in Yacht Club. Okay, we're in a Yacht Club suite, which means it includes everything. Alcohol, Wi-Fi, personal butler service, the best restaurants, no lines, priority this, priority everything, right?
Nice.
Yacht Club is the equivalent to Star Class on Royal Caribbean. If you get in, let's say you get on Oasis in May for a 7-day cruise to Port Canaveral and the Bahamas, right? And you're in a Star Class, that's going to cost you $27,000.
Ouch.
The missus and I are getting Yacht Club on Maravilla in February of 24 for $2,500.
Man, can't beat that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I'm
Like,
paying more than that for the first sailing of Icon for an inside cabin.
yeah, exactly, right? Like, I have a group right now on Icon in April of 24, and my, I'm looking at the prices. The prices are triple what they were when I booked people into that group. It's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when MSC is going to keep offering cruise, pricing like that, like I can't. I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to cruise that. But then I'm like, look, then I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like, hi everyone, welcome to the Muster Drill. I'm Scott, and I'm on MSC again. That's my only problem with it, right? Like, getting on MSC from a content standpoint, being on that same line, same ship, over and over and over, it's not very indicative. But at the same time, there's no way I'm letting cruises at that price pass me by. I'm just not doing it.
Well, hopefully, as far as the ship thing goes, they're building a lot more ships, so hopefully they will rotate
correct,
them out.
right? So that's the thing I am hoping for. And with it being New York, like, it's not Baltimore, right? So New York, they're going to have Maravilla there, but they can easily bring in any of the other ships. They can bring in Seascape or Seashore or Seaside or whatever, right? They can easily do that with it being New York. So
Definitely.
I'm really looking forward to the World America.
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
I've been telling everybody from day one that I heard about it that I wanted to go on it, and then they sent me the email saying, "Hey, they opened up the bookings," so I got on there, and I could do the first 2 weeks of back to back on the ship with drinks and Wi-Fi included for $3,600.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, so like there's like a 20-day cruise on Maravilla in February of 24 from Brooklyn, and you can do that 2 people in a balcony for about that same amount of money, about $3,200 for 20 days.
Yeah.
It's 2 itineraries back to, it's like basically like, it's basically like rinse repeat, right?
You're going to go to their private island twice.
Yes,
but you're going to go to the other ports once.
on a ship, right? 20 days on a ship for 2 people for $3,200. I mean, come on. You got to do it, right? So that's my only problem with it. Like, I can't pass that up, but at the same time, from a content standpoint, I don't know how much I'm going to get out of that. And that's the problem with me. Like, I've been a travel agent for almost 8 years now, but since I've been doing YouTube, that kind of changes the dynamic of my cruising, because now every time I look at a cruise, I look at it from a content opportunity standpoint.
True. I can speak with you on that one. For the same reasons. And I just saw too, I just pulled up, I was reading on the Carnival Pride that was out of Tampa, Florida. They just went into a dry dock series. They're getting 10 new ADA compliant rooms that are going to be on the same floor as the nightclub. It's getting a whole new layout for the steakhouse. There's a huge overhaul happening on the Carnival Pride. And
They just got redone in 19, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're gonna do it. They're doing it again, and it's all gonna. The Carnival Pride's gonna be in Europe for 15 cruises, and then it's gonna head over to the Mediterranean. Like, there's a bunch of different things that this Carnival Pride ship's gonna be going on.
Yeah. Like I said, that was my first ship.
Yeah,
It was a pretty nice ship. I just wanted something bigger.
I tell you what, when we went on the Carnival Horizon, and I've cruised ships, that's for sure. Like, we were on, I did Royal Caribbean before I moved over to the Carnival series. And being on them ships and then coming over to the Carnival series, I'd rather stick with Carnival. Except for when we go to Australia in 2025 for the Down Under Cruisers and the Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise.
I wanted to do that, but it was $6,000 for us for flights, and then $6,000 for the cruise.
Yeah. But you know, if you book it, you can make payments for your flights and everything through Celebrity.
Well, I understand that, but my hang up is $12,000. I can go on several cruises.
Is it? Yeah. Is it just you and your wife that are going?
Yeah, it would be just me and the wife.
True. I know. I know it's pricey. That's something we've looked into.
I mean, I really would like to, but I think that's going to have to be when I retire, and because I mean, I still do have kids here, so I'm going to be leaving, and that's a 14-day cruise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be leaving them for over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I would like to experience what Australia looks like, but I don't.
If you're gonna go, I highly recommend going. And
Bill, how you doing, buddy?
take a full month and go enjoy it.
Good, how are you?
What's up, B-Duff? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, B-Duff.
Doing good.
I love that you're in here, Bill. I love that you're pushing through that barrier. I love it.
Yep. I'm a little shy, so I'm just gonna.
I know you are. So I'm so glad you're in here.
Well, you're not shy anymore. That's out the door.
The only way you're going to break yourself from that shyness is just to go ahead and just jump on a live stream and just start talking.
No, you're doing it. Listen, Bill, you're doing a great job. I love watching your videos, and I can tell that you're struggling through them, and I know it because I've been there, and I know that, just keep doing it, man. It's going to get easier. So, but I'm really enjoying, here's the thing I think about your videos, like, and don't take this the wrong way or anything, right? But your videos are great. Everything you're doing is great. But I think if you, like, I see way more confidence in your Instagram posts and your Instagram videos than I do in your YouTube videos. And I think if you can just take that Instagram confidence and apply it to YouTube, you're going to be even better.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about taking that first step, man.
Yep. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I definitely feel more confident with Instagram than YouTube right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. I can see it. When I see your Instagram post versus your YouTube videos, I can see there's there's a noticeable difference. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with either one of them, right? I'm just saying, just try to apply that Instagram confidence that you have to your YouTube videos, and you'll just shine even more than what you already are. You're doing a great job, man. I love what you're doing. Honestly, I do. Right. And we both live in Pennsylvania. So, so I'm rooting for you either way. Right.
Although he's in an undisclosed location right now.
Yes, I'm in an undisclosed location right now that is not Pennsylvania, but
and he's drinking some Coronas
Yes.
without
yeah.
the lime.
No, actually, look, Eddie. Look, there's lime in there, man.
Oh,
Look.
okay.
There's a lime in there.
That's the way to do it.
He's got a floater.
Yes. Yeah, because I said to the missus, right? I was like, hey, since I put that Bud Light back and it got Corona, I have to make another stop for limes.
You got enough for the whole week?
No. I'm going to be too busy. Like, it's supposed to be pouring down rain here tomorrow, so we're not going to be doing much.
Yeah.
So I said, this is the perfect time. And I'm just really dead tired because we've been driving all day, right? So so I said, this is the perfect time to just, knock a couple of these back and chill.
Yeah, I think we're supposed
And
to.
I was not expecting to be in your live stream either. So
But to tell you the truth, I was even going live tonight.
oh, really?
Then I heard from my clock, and I say, "All right, 10 o'clock it is. Let's do it."
Don't let 'em
Actually,
fool you.
I really enjoy. I see a lot of lives with Mike in it, right? I really enjoy watching Mike's. Like Mike doesn't say a whole lot, but he just, I don't know. You bring something to the whole live stream.
Something to the
I
Experience.
like picking on him.
Mike.
That's
Yeah.
why I enjoy having him around.
Yeah.
He's way taller than me, but I don't care.
It doesn't take
Everybody's
much.
taller than me. I'm only 5'6", right? Like I'm the shortest man in the world, right?
No, you're not. He's 4'11".
Who's
All
for
right.
Talk about Kenny.
No,
I'm
4'11".
actually 4'9".
There you go,
4'9".
4'9".
Really?
I'm even taller than Kenny, not by much.
And he likes to sit down a lot. That's why. But he gets out. It's like 6'2" when he stands
Gotcha.
straight. Top cookie there, though.
Oh,
The top
Ed's
cookie.
4'11".
Yeah. I'm 5'4". My wife says that I'm 5'3". Mike says that I'm 5'2". Even though my license says 5'7".
Your license says 5.
No, you definitely lied on that one. You must have had your blocks on so
I
you
didn't-
could reach the pedals.
I put the right number, so
I don't know how he got 5'4" on his license. My license says I'm old.
Listen, I tell you, it sucks being a short guy. I mean, it really does.
no, Scott, it does not. I
No, it
I love
sucks.
it. I get away with a lot of stuff. So
Gotcha.
I told him when we're on the vloggers cruise, when we're all around talking, he could run right through the crowd underneath our arms.
I just said to the miss. I said to my wife again today on the drive down here. I was like, listen. I was like, you sure you don't want to take your mom on the Wonder? She's like, why? You want to go on that ship with all those vloggers, don't you? I'm like, no, I do actually. I do.
That was a lot
hey,
of fun.
Anthony on the move.
No, you're going
Wonder's a
on the
great
Wonder
ship,
with
though.
me. Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to getting on it. So, like, here's the thing. Like, we never get the ultimate, like, the unlimited dining package. I mean, like, sometimes we'll buy, like, like Chops or Giovanni's or something like that or whatever. And
Yeah.
on the Allure, they used to do this thing called First Night Done Right,
Yeah.
where you could, like, pick, like, any of the specialty restaurants the first night of the cruise, like Embarkation Day. You could pick any of the specialty restaurants for, like, $10 a person.
Wow.
So like they used to do that. They don't do it anymore. But anyway, but like Wonder has like all these extra restaurants. Like they have Hooked and what's the Mason Jar,
Wonderland.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mason
well,
Jar.
right. So the Wonderland's on most of them, but yeah. So they have like the Mason Jar and they have Hooked and stuff like that. So we actually have the like unlimited dining package for Wonder as well, just because there's those extra restaurants that they don't have on any of the other Oasis ships. So
I need to get on an Oasis ship.
I think there's some sort of hidden stuff at Mason Jar. May want to look to see if there's some hidden menu items on Mason Jar.
okay,
I think
yeah, we'll check it out. I mean, like I have this saying, right? Like whenever a cruise is longer than 2 weeks from now, I always say it's 100 years from now, right? So
Yeah.
like, so if it's a week, it's actually a month, and if it's a month, it's a year, right? So when I think, okay, it's tomorrow, what, it's like almost May, right? But that's not till October, right? So I just figure, okay, that's 100 years from now. I'm not even thinking about it really. So
Yeah, my next one's in June, so it still
Where you
feels
going in June?
yeah. Where are you
I'm
going,
going
Bill?
MSC Memorabilia.
Oh, okay. Out of New York, out of Brooklyn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
going to
love
Liberty
MSC.
out of Bayonne.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I'm my next Maravilla sailing is in January.
Gotcha.
And that's the 11-day that goes down to Costa Maya from Brooklyn, and then I'm back on it in February for 7-day.
Nice.
So
I love MSC.
yeah, I mean, I said earlier, and when I first joined the live stream, MSC, I'm quickly falling in love with MSC. I really am. So
yeah, I was on.
Did you get the free drinks and Wi-Fi and all too on yours?
No, I have.
So you only get free drinks and Wi-Fi on Yacht Club.
Yep.
So you have to book in.
I got it on World America.
Are you on Yacht Club?
No,
really.
They're doing a sale right now. It's free drinks and Wi-Fi.
It's just okay. Free drink. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm saying like normally, typically though, you only get free drinks and Wi-Fi with Yacht Club. You don't get it with any other.
I got you.
Any other level. So
what's the difference between Yacht Club and the rest?
Well, so on MSC, right? So you get Bella, which is like a guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next one is Fantastica. So Fantastica, all you really get with Fantastica is a better location. And then the next one is Aria. So what you get with Aria is there's an area, like for Maravilla, there's an area just above the main pool deck. It's a small area. It's like a sun deck, right? So you get that access to that sun deck area. There's a small kind of, I don't want to say it's an infinity pool. It's kind of like an infinity hot tub, right? So there's like a small infinity hot tub up there that you can, so there's a little bit of perks. And then Yacht Club has multiple levels as well. So with Yacht Club, it's kind of like Royal Caribbean Star Class. So it's basically everything. It's priority this, priority that, 24-hour butler service, 24-hour room service, free drinks, free Wi-Fi. There's a special main dining room just for Yacht Club, priority seating, best seats in the house for the shows. I mean, just everything, like special excursions. I mean, just the whole 9 yards. When you go to the private island, there's an exclusive area on the private island that's just for Yacht Club, guests and so on. I mean, it's really the ultimate. So Royal Caribbean, you're looking at anywhere from $25,000 to, I mean, as much as $30,000-$40,000 for a 7-day experience. We're getting it in February for $2,500. I mean, it's just whacked. I'm ready for like somebody to say psych, really, I can't believe we're getting it for that.
Yeah.
So
nice. Yep. Very nice. There you go, Mike. You could be doing something like that then.
I can't afford it.
Yeah, you gotta go to the corner more often now.
The thing I hate, the thing that upsets me about Carnival too is with Carnival, if you book a suite with Royal, you get double points, right? You get a couple other perks and stuff like that too, but that's the one main reason why. And if you're a single person in a suite on Royal, you get triple points, right?
Oh, wow.
With Carnival, you book a suite and you get the suite. That's it. You don't get anything. You don't get anything special for booking a suite with Carnival or whatever.
I did hear they're talking about trying to change that now, but I'm not 100% sure whether they're going to or not.
I mean, I really wish they would, because I mean, there's been a bunch of times where I would love to jump into a suite on Carnival, but otherwise I'm thinking just get a balcony is, I'm like, if I'm not going to get anything special for being in the suite, balcony is fine with me as far as
Yeah, I
that
mean,
goes.
I've thought about booking a suite with Royal just for the simple fact of getting the double points. So it's
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
worth it.
Yeah, so the trick that I did, like this is the long time ago, right? Before all of the lines went to per day kind of thing, like every day. Like you used to get a point per cruise. So on Royal, when you got 1 point per cruise, you only needed 10 cruises to be diamond, right? So, and if you booked a suite, you got 2 points. So, when they announced that they were going to shift from this system to the one we have now, where you basically get a point per day, I was at 8 points. I took a 3-day Bahamas cruise on the Sovereign of the Seas from Port Canaveral in a suite and got double points and got grandfathered into Diamond when they switched.
I got you.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, it was a long time ago.
So how do they throw your points? Do they did you got grandfathered in? Do they start you out at the lowest point value for Diamond?
80. Yeah, at 80.
Okay.
Yeah, for low, which was the lowest point value for Diamond. So,
So
so now, go ahead.
You've already matched up your MSC, right?
Yes.
So what'd you end up getting for Diamond on MSC?
Yeah. So here was the bummer, right? Right before I did it, Diamond would get you black.
Okay.
But now it only gets you gold.
Okay.
On MSC.
Yeah,
So I only got gold.
I matched MSC with Carnival, and I was gold, and I got silver with them.
Oh, really? So yeah, so I'm platinum on Carnival, and I'm only like 1 7-day cruise on Royal Caribbean away from Diamond Plus. So now here's the problem with Diamond. The difference between Diamond Plus at 175 nights and Pinnacle, Pinnacle is 750 nights, right? So I will never be Pinnacle. I just won't be. But so at Diamond Plus, I could have gotten the black card on MSC, but again, so it's fine. Now,
is that their highest, the black card?
Yeah. So, and I think that's actually called Diamond, I think, on MSC. But everybody knows it as the MSC black card is basically what everyone knows it as. But now, MSC will also match Marriott, Hilton, and IHG hotel groups as well.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I'm only gold. I'm gold with Marriott, gold with Hilton, and platinum with IHG, but those only translate to gold on MSC as well. So the other thing that you might not know about MSC either is if you don't sail once every 36 months, you will lose that status match, and they will not match you back again. They only match you once.
Yeah.
So you have to sail at least once every 36 months in order to keep it. So
okay. Yeah, I did not know that. I'm currently a platinum with Royal. I will be Emerald on the next cruise.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I didn't realize it till the other night. I mean, I kind of heard it like way back in the day, but I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get here. But now I'll be able to get my gold card from MGM as well. So then I won't be able to, I won't have to pay resort fees and all when I go to MGM properties.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. So like hotel wise, I probably stay at Marriott's the most. And IHG properties second. Now I used to stay at Hilton properties a lot, but I mean, it's just I'm just trying to capitalize on points, try to maximize, try to leverage as many points as I can with it or whatever. So I have a Hilton. I have credit cards from all 3 hotel groups, so I try to leverage those as much as I can. But I'm mostly focused on Marriott's and stuff for that, and IHG properties. And then when it comes to IHG properties, I usually only stay in like Crown Plazas and Intercontinentals and stuff like that or whatever. So like I'm not staying at Holiday Inns. Not that there's anything wrong with staying at a Holiday Inn. I'm just never in a place where it makes more sense for me to stay at a Holiday Inn than it does another hotel. But I mean, it doesn't matter at this point because I've already status matched with MSC to gold, so I can't do anything else. So now at this point, I just have to work my way up to diamond with MSC.
Yeah.
And then once I'm there, I'm there. So, and there's nowhere else to go from there. The other flip side of that is again, like I'm almost diamond plus on Royal, but the difference is 175 to 750. I'll never make Pinnacle, but I'm platinum with Carnival. Diamond's only 200, right? So I can definitely see myself making diamond on Carnival probably within the next 5 years. So
I got you.
Hello, Timmy Ray.
Jimmy Ray and
I really wish-
Eric B are here.
Hello, Travel Adventures with Eric B.
What's going on? I really wish I would have taken advantage of the double points that Royal was giving out for at the restart.
yeah,
I only
that
got
whole
one
year.
I
That
got
whole
points.
year they did double points.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Mr. Bidoff, what's going on? What's your travel about? Your channel? I know you do travels. I know that you've been talking about ships. So, what's going on?
So most of it's about my main focus is cruising. But I'm gonna start doing other stuff like going to different historical sites and stuff like that. Going to Gettysburg and actually in a couple weeks. So
Okay.
Gonna be
Bill, I live 27 miles from Gettysburg.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to just barge right into your time, right? But I would love to drive down there and just hang out with you for a little bit and get to meet you in person, right?
Definitely.
If you're into it. If you're not, it's fine, right? It's totally fine.
No,
But if you want to, just send me a message or whatever, because I can be there in 25 minutes, right?
Okay, cool.
I think it would be cool to come down and actually get to finally meet you in person.
Definitely. Maybe I'm meeting up with my dad on Saturday. Maybe we can hang out maybe that Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, cool. It'd be great. Yeah. So I'm away until the 6th.
Okay.
So, but then I'm back. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be there the weekend of I'm going to be there that Saturday the 20th to the 21st.
Great.
Okay.
So why don't you talk to us more about being a digital nomad? Tell us what's a digital nomad?
Basically someone who works remote. So I'm doing freelance marketing. So working on building up clients and all that. This way I can just travel and work from wherever I want to. I was working at a food bank in Pittsburgh, and it's just
right.
I don't know. I really struggled working 40 hours a week, and I like the flexibility that freelance can bring. So I'm really going full on that, and I don't have many responsibilities, just rent and stuff. So it's just me. I don't have any kids or anything. So I really wanted to give this a shot. So yeah. So I've been working. I'm going to Baltimore next week to meet with some clients and all that. So yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yep. So I'm kind of taking it slow, just building up income sources and saving, and then yeah.
So what was it like to meet Corey from Midships?
Pretty cool. He's a super nice guy. Very approachable.
He is a super nice guy.
Yeah. We met up in Nassau I think in December. Yeah.
Right.
He was on an MSC ship. I think he was on a new MSC Seascape. And then
Gotcha.
I was on.
I think he
Enchantment.
was. Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, Corey's a great guy, right? Like he definitely, you know, like, and his channel was really taken off over the last year as well, too. So I think he did real estate. I think he was doing like real estate or something like that in like Florida or something like that before he started YouTube or whatever. But so yeah, he's a good guy.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I was
Sorry.
No, I'm saying I was glad that you got to meet him. So I was
Yep.
pretty excited when you were posting pictures with him and stuff. So
Yep. Same here. So, but yeah. So that's kind of what my channel's about. Is just like I don't want to limit. I love cruising, but I don't want to limit myself to cruising.
Yeah,
so I want to be able to do other stuff. Because right now I can't cruise all the time. So, so I'm gonna be doing like little weekend trips and stuff like that right now. So.
I guess
Yeah,
make sure
so,
you block
like-
it, you know?
So where I'm at right now is actually going to be my first land-based content, right?
Okay.
Not sure what it's going to be yet. I just got here today, right? I got the next 6 days to figure it out, right? I did have one idea that I really wanted to do, but I found out I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm really bummed about it, but in any event, so yeah, so this is going to be actually my first land-based content. You know,
Nice.
I don't know how much land-based content I'm going to do because, I mean, my channel is always going to be cruise-centric.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, that's my primary I mean, for as many vacations as I take that are not cruises are my favorite vacation.
Yeah.
So my channel is always going to be about cruising mostly, but I am going to try to work that in. So that's why, like, if you look at my latest logo or whatever, it says cruise travel and adventures, right? Like, because I'm going to try to work some non-cruise travel stuff in there. And I was actually thinking about doing a video from Gettysburg because I live so darn close to it. So I'm probably gonna I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to your Gettysburg video and stuff like that. Maybe you'll inspire me to do something from there as well. So
Yeah, just actually well, yesterday now. I went to Fort Ligonier.
oh yeah.
And walked around there and did the tour there. That was really interesting.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to Gettysburg, and I also want to go to Antietam Battlefield in Maryland.
Yeah, yes. Antietam is a great. I've been there like multiple times.
I'm familiar,
So it's a really great place. So
I've never been there, but I've been to Gettysburg.
I actually drove through there, like not through Antietam, but very close to it. I drove through Harper's Ferry today.
Okay.
So on my way to where I'm going. So so yeah, so that's not far from Antietam, but
Yeah, like the last 4 months, all I've been posting about was the Carnival Mardi Gras, and I'm kind of starting to get bored with it. And I have another month until my next cruise, so
yeah.
for other ideas to post about. So
Yeah, so like here's the thing I did, right? Like so like I was posting like video, right? And then really like when I had this trouble with YouTube, the dark side of YouTube, right? When I had this trouble with YouTube, I had this insane problem with YouTube and invalid traffic, right? So for some reason I got bot attacked. Love it. So I got bot attacked and it resulted in invalid traffic on my channel and my revenue tanked, right? Like my revenue went from $700 a month to like 15 cents.
wow.
So, you know what? I got mad, right? Like I got to be careful, right? Because I've been having a little too much of this and I might say something I shouldn't. But anyway, listen, I love YouTube. I'm not trying to crap on YouTube at all. I'm not. But I'm just saying there is a side of YouTube. And I am nowhere near the first I mean, that was the thing. When this happened to me, I started trying to research it, and I went down this endless rabbit hole. There is close to 100,000 creators, and I'm talking about huge creators, people that have 600,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, have been YouTubers for 10 years, and not people who, only get 5 views. I'm talking about people who are channels that are so big, they hire independent media consultants to manage their channel because it's massive, right? All getting hit with invalid traffic, and YouTube has the same kind of Tony Soprano attitude towards them. Just I don't care, pay me, they don't they have this will not budge, will not talk to you, will not explain anything to you, will not break it down for you, will not evaluate it for you. They tell me all the time, there's no way we can manually evaluate your channel. There's no way we can manually review this. There's no way we can do this. The system, which is their AI, makes a determination, and they're fine with it. I was having fun with them at one point, right? I was you can only chat with them, right? So I'm okay. So I was so how long have you been trapped in that room as, a prisoner of the AI? Does your wife get mad that you love the AI more than her? Because I was just at the end of my rope with it, right? I was I don't know what to do. I'm just, how can you tell me there's no possibility of human intervention over this, right? Anyway, okay, I'm going to talk about it until 4 a.m. So I'm going to shut up now. But here's the thing. So I just decided that I was going to limit my my posting, right? So right now I probably have close to 150 videos in my pipe. And at this point, I am only releasing 1 video a month. 1 video a month. So my videos are really far behind the actual time, right? I would love to go back to a day where I am posting content almost as it's happening, right? I'm on a ship. So I'm on a ship, and if I did this thing yesterday, you're seeing it tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I want to go back to that. But at this point, I cannot give YouTube my content for free.
Yeah.
I just can't do it, right? And I'm preaching to the choir here, right? You guys all know how much goes into producing a video, right? And it's not, put aside the whole idea that, you enjoyed it, it was fun, you were there anyway. Put aside all of that, right? Think about it from a point of view of the time that you were sitting there in front of your computer, putting all that stuff together, making those cuts, doing all that work, right? You really want to be giving that to you. 1 month you're giving that to YouTube, they're giving you $700 for it. The next month you're giving it to you, they're giving you 15 cents. Now you're getting 5, 6, 7,000 views, right? But they're claiming, if you get 5,000 views, they're claiming that 4,800 of them are invalid. How is that? Right? I'm wait a minute. So this is what I say to them. I'm okay, here. I'll post a screenshot in the chat, and then their response is, thanks for the screenshot. We appreciate the information. Give us a couple of minutes to look at it. Right? So the screenshot is their own statistical data from Studio, right? From YouTube Studio, their own statistic that shows that if I had 39,000 views, or if I had 3,900 views on a video, 3,700 of them came from recommended. That's in their own data. Their own data shows that all but 200 views came from them recommending my video to other YouTube other YouTube viewers, and those YouTube viewers doing exactly what YouTube wanted them to do with that, which was click on it and watch it. And when I give them that information, I say, so tell me, I said, is YouTube recommending my video to fake users? And I get no response. And then the next thing I said to them was, so explain to me how YouTube recommended my video to 3,900 people. 3,700 of them clicked on it and they're invalid. And the response was, we need to look into this further. So we need to transfer this chat to an email. Do you agree? And I said, yes. And then 20 minutes later, I get an email saying, our determination stands. Have a nice day.
Wow.
Because they would not, and that was what was ready for me to just like, I'm like, okay, can I get on a plane right now and fly to Silicon Valley? Right? Like I was ready to just like lose my mind over that, because I'm thinking to myself, I gave you irrefutable proof that my traffic was not invalid, that it actually came from you recommending my video to 3,700 people and those people all clicking on it. And I gave you proof of that, and you will not answer, you will not acknowledge it, you will not do anything about it. And that was my problem, right? So then I finally just had to surrender to it. I had to surrender to it. I had to give it up, and I had to say, okay, fine. So now my channel is recovering a little, right? Not a lot, a little, right? So now things are recovering a little. So I'm like, okay, fine. But at the same time, there's no way I'm handing them, 10, 15, 20 videos a month for $1.68.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it. So I have a lot of content in the pipe all ready for me to just release slowly, right? Now,
Yeah.
The flip side of that is it's damaging my channel, because YouTube viewers are the most fickle human beings on the planet. And it's kind of like, if people don't see a video from me for a whole month, they forget about me. You really do have to be constantly in their face, right? And as they keep seeing you, keep seeing your thumbnails, keep seeing, oh, here's another channel. Here's another guy from that guy who wears sunglasses all the time, blah, 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 blah. They will finally eventually get accustomed and more used to you. That's the psychology, supposed to be the psychology of it all. And they'll start clicking on your videos more, right? So it's kind of damaging me in that way. But at the same time, I'm fine with that at this point. I need to get to a point where the algorithm says, okay, if this guy gets 5,000 views on this video about MSC Maravilla, we're not going to call 4,800 of them invalid. I have to get to that point, or otherwise I'm just not going to keep giving them content. So that's really where I'm at this point. So unfortunately, I say to everybody I talk to, I hope your channel never experiences that, right? And the odds are that you probably won't. But I never in a million years thought that it would come. Like, I had one video where I got 2 comments. Channel was new. I might have had, 300 or 400 subscribers. And I got this notification that I had comments on my video, and I was like, oh, wow. I was like so excited. I picked my phone up. I'm like in there or whatever, right? And it's 2 comments in Arabic writing. And I'm like, the hell is that, right? Delete, right? Like, I deleted them, right? I'm like, I don't want those on my channel, right? That's where it came from. They were bots. And that's where it all started. That's where it all started. And then it just snowballed from there. And then once your channel gets flagged for that, you're done. Like, it's not like a couple of days later they forget about it. It's like, for me, it's almost 6 months later, right? And my channel is only now starting to get ads that aren't 15-second ads for Honda, right? Like, I mean, like the ads that really pay a lot of money are the ads where people are talking about, if you like, you know, like the 45-minute infomercials about how to lose weight or how to make your gut healthier, and you know, and like how to poop, right? Like stuff like that, right? Like, I mean, it's crazy to say that. Those are the ads that are really paying a lot of money, right? So even if somebody forgets to skip it, like they like start your video and then they walk away for a moment or two and it gets into that 30 seconds, because remember, it's 30 seconds, right? If the ad is 30 seconds or less, it's got to be the whole ad. If the ad is 30 seconds or more, it's got to be 30 seconds, right? So if, you know, so those are the ads that are really paying a lot of, you know, what do they call it? CP, pay per, like click per view, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, cost per view or something like that or whatever, right? The CPV or whatever. Those are the ones that are really paying a lot of money, right? The 15-second Honda commercial or the 10-second commercial about, or the 10-second ad about Liberty Mutual or something like that or whatever, that's not skippable. They're not paying anything. They're paying like a penny, right? So like, if you want those kinds of ads running on your YouTube channel, right? Like, those are the kinds of, I'm just now starting to see those ads running on my channel again, right? So I'm just now starting to see my revenue rebound a little bit from where it was, right? But in any event, until I start feeling a little bit more comfortable about it, I'm not releasing more than one video a month, just because I feel like I'm giving YouTube free content, right? And I'm just not doing that. I mean, like, you know, Tony wouldn't do that, right? Like, if Tony wasn't making 200 grand a year on AdSense and you know, sponsorships and whatever else, he would not be doing that. You know, he wouldn't be, right? He just wouldn't be. So I'm just like, that's just how I feel about it. So
yeah, I've been playing around.
I'm sorry. I said way too much about it. I'm really sorry. Like, just like rambling on about it. It's like, that's the point when you know you've had too much beer. So
you're venting out and let it out. You know, I'm not penalized yet, and I'm already getting ads and stuff on my stuff. You know. It's like,
yeah, so and that will happen. Like, if your videos are getting good traction, YouTube's going to take advantage of that, you know, and they love that opportunity because that's 100% revenue for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So, like I said, when I first got monetized, here's the thing I did. I was like, okay, I watched this guy a long time ago struggle with monetization because he had reached all the benchmarks. He had applied for the YouTube partner program and nothing happened. It was 4 months and you never heard anything from him, didn't get in or whatever, right? And he just kept struggling with it. Then I started looking into this, and then people were like, hey, do this. I forget the whole thing I did, but it basically like went into like the, give us feedback, I think what it was, right? Attached a screenshot of my stats that showed that I had got 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. And I said something like, please see the screenshot enclosed. I've reached the requirements to get into the YouTube partner program. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to assist YouTube in, processing this application for entrance to the YouTube partner program or whatever. I did that from a hotel in South Carolina right before I got on Sunshine. I got on Sunshine that day. The next day, I got up. I went up to Guy's I went up, I got a cup of coffee. I was sitting at a table out at Guy's Burger on Carnival Sunshine. I grab my phone, I open it up, I go in, my email comes in that says, "Congratulations, you've been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program." I'm like, like I was like, So anyway, right? So then I post my first video, which is like, it's cruise day, So I post that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a member of the partner program. I'm monetized, right? And this is why I was freaking out about it, right? Because the next day I go in and I see I made $35 in one day on one video, right?
Nice.
I was like, holy crap, this might actually make me some money, right? Like, holy crap, like I couldn't believe it, right? So that's what I'm saying. So like it really went that way for me. Then can you imagine it's going that way, it's going that way, it's going that way, it's going that way. I'm making the next thing you know, I'm making $700, $600, $500, $800, $1,200. It just keeps going, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, invalid traffic has been detected on your channel. I'm like, what the hell is invalid traffic, right? I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what it is and everything else, right? Next thing you know, my revenue goes and stays down, right? Like stays down, right? Like some days I was actually making negative money, right?
Wow.
Like I was just like, like I'm going to kill myself here, right? So anyway, so that's the whole deal with it, right? So that's what I found out about it. I could talk about it for like 2 weeks and probably still only scratch the surface on it, but so hopefully nobody else experiences that. Hopefully everybody else gets monetized, and like Eddie says, right? Like you get monetized, it's not going to be, like my results. $35 in one day is not typical. I would chalk mine up to the fact that I was one of the only YouTubers making videos during the restart, and because there was such demand for information about how cruising was going to be once everything was starting up, what all the COVID protocols were going to be, what did I have, what do everybody have to do in order to get on a ship and cruise? Do you have to wear a mask? Do you have to give them a sample of blood every day? Everybody wanted to know, everybody wanted to know, right? So I think that was why my channel had made so much money in the beginning, just because there was so few content out there, so little content out there about what to know, right? So in any event, hopefully nobody else experiences that. Hopefully everybody else takes off, but it will be slow going as far as money goes, right? Like you're right, it will be pennies, right? Like it will be pennies and pennies, So I think the minimum threshold for payout from YouTube AdSense is $100. You're gonna get they're gonna move the money into your AdSense account on around the 7th of every month and pay it out on the 21st to whatever checking account you have linked to it or whatever, right? So it's always going to be a month behind. And if you don't make $100, you're not going to get paid out. So, but that's the way it is, now. So, for me, I think right now in my AdSense account, my last payout was February. And I think right now I've got $78 in my AdSense account since February, but I've only posted 2 videos.
Okay. I have a question for you. So when because I'm monetized, and when I know what I made, what do they do with that money? Do they just keep it in your YouTube stuff until you get enough in there to pay you out?
Yes. Yeah, so that's what it does. So it sits in your AdSense account, and the minimum payout threshold is $100. So it sits in there until you get to $100, and then it pays it out on the 21st of the following month.
Okay.
So
That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
that's how it
That makes
does.
sense.
Yeah, so they'll move it from, so like when you go into Studio and you look at like what your earnings are,
Uh-huh.
they won't move it from Studio to your AdSense account until the 7th of the following month. And then on the 21st, they'll ACH it to your checking account or whatever that you have attached to it. So so it's always a month behind.
Okay.
Right. So I've had, like I said, I've had my payout was in February. I had a video in March, and now the video that's currently out there now. So I've had 2 videos. I've made $78 in 2 months. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nothing, but
I'll
it's
take
not
it.
going to pay. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not, I mean, but it's not going to pay for a cruise. Right. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the whole
Right,
dream. That's
right.
everybody's dream, right? Everybody's dream is I'm going to do cruise content, and eventually this cruise content is going to pay me enough money to pay for cruises that I can produce more cruise content. Right. Like that's the whole circle. Right. So,
Circle of life.
and yes. And you know what? I say good luck to everybody for that. Right. I have been monetized for almost 2 years now, and that's not happened for me yet. So close to it. So, but not happened to me yet.
And now that you're saying about payouts, how do they do that? Do you have to have a, one of those payroll deposit accounts, or do they mail you a check or what?
No, you have to, like, so basically you have to get, I mean, it's like a job, right? Like you have to give them everything. You have to give them your social security number. You have to do all that stuff, right?
Pay the
And
taxes
then
all
they
that.
verify it all, right? They send you a card in the mail that has a code on it. They will not give it to you any other way. It comes in the mail, right? It comes U.S. Postal Service. You put that in there. That verifies you. That takes days and stuff like that. Once it all gets set up, then they, so for me, so this is what it is. So the muster drill, okay, is a division of my travel agency, which is incorporated. Okay. So I'm like a child LLC of my parent LLC, which is my travel agency, right? So my YouTube revenue gets dispersed to my business checking account. And the muster drill has its own EIN.
Okay.
So that's how it gets reported to the IRS. But that's not what I would expect most YouTubers to do. Like, I'm sure like the big guys do that, right? I'm sure the big guys are all incorporated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you want to be making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year and not be incorporated over it, right? Like, I only did it that way for me because it was simple for me. Since I already have a travel agency, it was simple for me to just make the muster drill a division of, right? But I don't talk about it, and I keep the two separate. Like if you look at the description, in the description of any of my videos, you see a little blurb that says, I can help you plan your travel. Contact me here. That's it. That's all. Right. And occasionally I talk about being a travel agent in my videos, but otherwise I try to keep the two separate because they are two separate entities. So
yeah,
that's it.
So me and Eddie are pretty close to being monetized. Just a matter of hours at this point.
Okay, great.
What can you write off?
I mean, quite a bit, actually. Like for my travel agency, right? I can tell you my travel agency, I write off most of my cruise expenses.
Yeah.
Because they are I treat them as a familiarization, kind of like, like I'm familiarizing myself with that ship, that, this, that, or whatever. I can't write it all off, right? Most of it, right? So like I write most of the fare off, stuff like that. I don't write off like anything I spend when I'm on a ship and stuff like that, I don't write that off, right? But like I write most of the cost of the cruise off and stuff like that or whatever. If I buy equipment, so like for instance, for my YouTube channel, I bought a camera, I bought a phone, I bought a USB cable to, you know, be able to transfer the videos from this to my computer so that I can produce content. All gets written off.
Okay.
So my wife is a CPA, certified public accountant, and she just happens to specialize in corporate tax.
Oh my God.
So
You saved.
I got the inside track on it. So I can tell you that this information is absolutely vetted. So
Because I
those
was
are the
told you're allowed
things
to
that I
write off
write
your
off.
internet and everything else.
Yes, absolutely. And like if you actually end up becoming incorporated, right? Like if you actually just decide to spend $100 and become, you know, Clock Family Adventures LLC or whatever, or, you know, or Enterprises or whatever, like you decide to incorporate, okay, you can write off even more. You know, you can't write off everything, but you can write off even more, you know. And I mean, hell, if you buy a car that's more than like, you know, 6,000 pounds or whatever, you can write the entire value of that car off. You know, like sometimes I get in a car and travel and see my clients, meet them at a Starbucks, this or that or whatever, you know, whatever. Like sometimes my clients don't want to come to me. They want me to come to them. I come to them, right? I wrote my car off, right? So, you know, like I bought for my YouTube channel, I bought a Sony ZV-1 and a ZV-E10 camera, right? Wrote 100% of them off. Now you can write them off two ways. You can write 100% of the value off in a single tax year, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Or you can depreciate the value or the cost of that item over a course of multiple years. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're taking less of a deduction, but you're able to spread that out over more than a single year and therefore able to lower your tax bill over multiple years. Just depends. If it's a relatively low cost item, you probably just want to write it off in a single year. If it's a more expensive item, take a depreciation on it every single year. Again, you have to be incorporated to do that.
So you have to be incorporated to do any of the write-offs?
Most of them. You can write some of the stuff off, you know, as just, you know, just you, right? You can write some of the stuff off, but it might be, I mean, you have to look at how much you're spending, right? So if you're spending a crap ton of money, like I'd say if you're spending like more than $1,000 a year, it might be worth it to spend $100 and run down to Annapolis and become incorporated. You know, that's your capital, right? I think it's Annapolis, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, for me, I just, you know, I incorporated, you know, over the internet, like over a website or whatever. I paid Pennsylvania charges $125 to incorporate. That's what I did. That's the end of it for me, you know. So then I get to write off even more. You know, I get to write off all kinds of expenses. You get to write off just all kinds of stuff, right? So now you don't get to write it all off. And like, again, depending on how much it is, you either want to write it off all in a single year or you want to depreciate it over several years, but, you know, it lowers your tax burden every year.
You just did that just with your travel agency business, or did you incorporate your YouTube business in with that as well?
No, both. So like my travel agency is about 8 years old. I did not incorporate it until it was about 3 years old.
Okay.
So I've been incorporated on that for, you know, probably about 4 or 5 years now. And then the muster drill became incorporated at the end of 2022, so not very long ago. So, but the Mustard Drill, before it was incorporated, it was a division of Sail Away Cruise and Travel LLC. So it allowed me to expense things as a business.
Okay.
So yeah, so I mean, like, that's one way you can look at it. I mean, like, I chose to do that just because for me it was simple. It cost me $125 and I was done with it, right? It was no big deal, right? It was the same as me ordering a bunch of USB cables from Amazon. It really was, right? For somebody else, you might just feel like, why do I need to do that? I don't see any reason why I need to do that. Listen, I'm just going on cruises. I'm just going on trips with my family, and I'm chronicling them on YouTube. That's the end of it. That's all I'm doing. I don't need all that, you know, but thanks for the information anyway, of course, right? You may not want to do that, but if you do, you know, but if you find yourself at some point spending more and more money, like CruiseVet, like you're thinking about buying a computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's going to cost you at least $1,000. You definitely want to be able to write some of that off because you're not buying that computer for any reason other than the fact that you're doing YouTube videos, right?
That's right.
Like if you were editing YouTube videos, you wouldn't be doing that, right? So probably not. Like it probably surfs the internet just fine, right? But it's having trouble
it does everything
producing
else.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So like in that respect, right? Maybe you might want to consider it so that you can get some type of tax relief from it. So it's perfectly legal.
This is really great information because I'm a brand new travel agent and I just hit my 1,000 subs and I'm just going full blown. And I titled my travel agent business the same as my YouTube business.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking I need to switch some stuff around and with what you're saying, you know, it all makes sense. Why not make it an LLC, combine them together, and then you can enterprise it all and
okay, so this is my advice. This is my opinion, right? A lot of people share that opinion. Some people don't or whatever. But here's the thing. Whenever you're doing anything that makes you money, and then certainly if it goes to a point where it starts making you significant money, you definitely want to separate it from you as a personal person. You want it separated. So that's when you want to become an LLC.
Gotcha.
In some situations, that's not going to be for a long time, right? In other situations, that could be very soon after you begin. It just depends on that unique situation. But whenever you see something making you any kind of money, you want to separate those two, protect yourself from personal liability for the business, separate the business's liability from you, you know, and in most states it costs $100 to do that. In some states, even less. You know, maybe in some crazy, you know, state like California or something, it costs more, but, you know, but in Pennsylvania, it costs $125 and, you know, and that's it. You know, so it takes about a week or two, and the next thing you know, you're an LLC. So, so I mean, like that just makes sense. And then like once you're an LLC, then again, you're protected from the business is protected from you, and you know, and you can start writing things off. You know, so I mean, because that's, you know, I mean, there's nothing illegal about it, nothing shady about it.
Yeah,
Can you write anything off from before? Because I was told that like sometimes there's things for 5 years up to when you bought it in the intention of starting your business.
Exactly. If it's anything like I bought this mouse, okay, because I intended to use it on this laptop for a business that I want to start, right? as long as I'm not saying, no, I was like, I bought this so I could play games on it. And then later on, I thought, oh, hey, I'll use it for a business. Even in that situation, hey, later on, I thought I'll use it for a business. If I used it for a business or I wanted to use it for a business, even if that business failed and sucked and never made a nickel, if I bought it for a business, I can write it off.
So I would write it off this year then, not when I start making money.
You buy it, you write it off the year you bought it.
Okay.
Because if you ever have to produce a receipt for it, it has to be in the tax year that the receipt of date of purchase is dated.
Okay. Because I have a lot of stuff that I bought this past year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did too, right? So, yeah, so like, you know, my wife's a CPA, corporate tax, you know, for corporate tax for the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue, right? So, you know, so obviously she does our taxes, right? So, you know, that's the first thing she says to me come January. She's like, you know, start printing off receipts. I'm just like, what the hell did I buy this last year? I got to remember, you know, and then sometimes I'll forget. And
I'm glad Amazon's so easy to go through your history.
Yes, Amazon, yes, right. But other stuff, I'll be like, oh, wait, I bought that one thing. I forgot about it. And then she'd be like, well, we have to file an amended return. And if it's not a lot of money, we won't. But if it would end up being a big ticket item for some reason, which I can't imagine I would forget about that. But if I did, then we would have to file an amended return, which would be no big deal. But we'd have to file an amended return in order to get that in there. But yeah.
And like you said, the LLCs are cheap because it's only $50 here in Michigan.
There you go. I mean, again, like you think to yourself, okay, like even if I form an LLC and that LLC never does anything and never makes a nickel, right? Mm-hmm. If it's worth it to you to pay $50 to do that because obviously you think your business is going to make money, right? You want it to make money, right? Mm-hmm. So do it. I mean, like if that's what if you can see the potential, and when I say this, I'm not even talking about, oh, you know what, I'm going to start this business and I think it's going to make money. No, like even if it hasn't made any money yet, right? Like if you want to be in that position so that from the moment it starts making money, you can start writing that stuff off, then do it now, right? Again, it just comes down to how does that all work out for you as an individual? For me, it was kind of a no-brainer, right? But, because I knew no matter what, even if my channel never watched it, nobody ever watched it, my channel never went anywhere, I never did anything with it, I knew that the Muster Drill was going to be a division of my travel agency. It was only until later that it became its own separate entity. Now it's still a division of it, but it is its own, it's a child LLC over the parent company. So, but it doesn't have to be that elaborate for you. You can simply just, become an LLC, file the LLC with whatever name you want. And the only thing I would caution you against is sometimes some states have this thing like either a DBA, like doing business as, or sometimes states have this thing where you file I'm like a fictitious, I'm not a real corporation, I'm not a real entity, but I'm going to file this fictitious name, of like whatever, ABC Travel or something like that, but I'm not really I'm not an LLC, I'm not an official corporation or whatever, but I want the state to know that I'm operating as ABC Travel or whatever. Mm-hmm. That does not give you the same protections or the same rights as actually forming a corporation at the Department of State in your state, like an LLC.
Gotcha.
So now, if your LLC ever starts making, like if you ever make more than $50,000 in a year, that's when you need to convert your LLC to an S Corp.
Okay.
As soon as your LLC makes $50,000 or more a year, immediately convert it to an S corp. So that, and the only reason why I say that is because then your tax liability as an LLC, you're kind of like a pass-through entity, so you're still taxed very much like an individual. You're protected about things. Individuals can't necessarily write a bunch of stuff off. You can if it's in the course of a business and stuff like that. But like if I'm an individual and I say, hey, I wanted a new mouse today, or hey, you know what? I'm going to talk to a bunch of YouTubers tonight. And I'm going to write my beer off because I'm going to drink beer while I talk to a bunch of YouTubers about how to form a corporation. Okay. I can't do that as an individual, right? But as a corporation, I can, right? So what I'm saying is that if, but if your LLC, if a corporation makes $50,000 or more, then you want to convert to an S corp because then your tax liability like
drops,
plummets, like insanely drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
He's
yeah,
not
so then
S corps either, Penny.
Definitely want to do that. So that's the second piece of the advice. So, but in the beginning, cost you $50 to become an LLC. Like if it cost me $50, it cost me $125 to be an LLC. I'm going to be an LLC, right? Just because whether I know I'm going to make any money now or not, I think I'm going to make money. I'd like to make some money. I don't know if I'm going to make some money, but if I do start making some money, I want to be an LLC when I start making that money, so that I can immediately start writing those things off. And that everything becomes a separate thing. Like the LLC made this money, Scott didn't make this money, right? So, and the tax burden and the tax liability is completely different in those scenarios.
So does that mean that since I didn't do my LLC for last year, that I can't write down my camera?
No, you can. No, you can write them off as long as it was intended for the business. You just, and listen, you're, I don't want to say this, right? But like whoever gets audited, right? Like, have you ever been audited ever in your life for anything ever, right? Like I haven't, right? You just have to be ready to explain. You just have to be ready to explain that if you would ever, and it's not like they're going to say, hey, prove this or this or that or whatever. If you would ever get
prove, you're going to see my channel, the history.
Exactly. You're going to have receipts, right? You're going to have receipts. And if the IRS came to you and said, hey, what's the deal with this? You're going to say, listen, I'm starting this business. So I bought this stuff. I'm starting this business. It's kind of like, okay, since you said the magic words that you bought that stuff for your business, then we'll allow it. But, it just has to be presented that way, right? It sounds kind of ridiculous to say it to you that way, but it just has to be, it's kind of like a technicality, right? Like you have to say those words, right? But yeah, then once, then form an LLC, it'll just make life easier because then there'll be no question. If the LLC,
I'm probably just going to go ahead and do it now because, I would think within the next month or two, hopefully I'll have my hours and I will be making money off of it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
You stay positive. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
my thing is that I get disability, so I got to be very careful. My amount, I got to be extremely careful with that.
Yes, and even if you're like one of those people who's collecting Social Security between 62 and 67, 66 and a half or whatever, full retirement age, whatever that is, 67, I guess, whatever, right? Yeah, even if you're one of those people who's like between 62 and 67, you have to be careful about how much money you're making, because if you make too much, then they take away
the disability. Yeah,
they take away $2 of your Social Security for every dollar you make over the threshold, over like the allotment. So yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
That's why I need to know what the hell I'm doing, getting all this stuff involved. So It's one of,
Yeah.
it's one of
So,
those things.
so here's the interesting thing, right? Like, I'll run this by the CPA when she's up in the morning, right? But here's the one thing, right? If you're an LLC and the LLC is making that money, might not affect you at all, Eddie. If the LLC is being paid that, but what you would have to do is when you join the YouTube partner program and they ask for your social security number, you'd have to give them the EIN of the LLC instead of your social security number.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because what I did was when I became monetized, I gave them my social security number, and then I was like, so then I went back and gave them my EIN.
So you can
So-
change that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, but like I said, most YouTubers wouldn't do that, especially not until they, became big, right?
Right.
But for me, it makes sense because, like I said, if I'm going on a cruise to produce content for my YouTube channel,
Mhm.
okay, so not only is my travel agency writing off the expense of that, but I'm writing off, I'm writing it off because I've used it to produce content for my channel.
Yeah, for
So-
my channel is all about travel, rather
Right,
be
but
cruising, travel,
right, so-
whatever.
But you got to be. You can't just say, okay, listen, I spent, let's say I spent $2,512.67 on my cruise. Then I had $125 in gratuities. Then I bought 7 drinks at the Sky Bar on day 3. Like, you can't do that, right?
Right.
Like, you can write off about 75% of the cost of the cruise.
Correct.
Right. You can write off the airfare. I sometimes don't. Sometimes I do. It depends. I'm not writing off gratuities. I'm not writing off excursion costs. I'm not writing off specialty dining. I'm not writing
For
that
extra.
kind of stuff off. Right.
So the Clock family, you guys can write off the trip to Australia if you got monetized and got your LLC. That's a huge expense. If you think about it, that's $12,000 in flights alone.
Somebody's been listening.
Right. So
Mike.
so here's the thing. So here's what I would caution you about that, Mike, right? So like there's 4 of you, right?
Well, it's probably only going to be 2 of us going.
Okay, two of you going, right? So I would only write off half the cost for you. You're the YouTuber. So I
Yeah.
assume your wife's going, right?
Yeah.
So I would write off half the cost of it.
So
I would not
$3,000.
write off. Yeah, I would not write off the total cost. I would not write off whatever your wife's portion of it is.
I'm saying it's going to take $12,000, $6,000 for the cruise, $6,000 for airfare, so $12,000. So cut that in half because $6,000 is hers, $6,000 is mine. So then you're saying cut right $3,000 off of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then, and then, like I said, because
No way.
like
Okay.
that's a substantial amount of money, right? So then when you compound that by any other expenses, right? Like, so this is what my wife, so my wife actually, she's not an auditor. She's like the director of the auditors, right? So when Pennsylvania sends its auditors out to corporations to audit them for their Pennsylvania corporate tax returns, okay, so when it all is all said and done, it comes back to my wife, right? Like she's the one selecting which corporations are going to get audited every year or this year or that year or whatever. And she's the one that's reviewing the end of the audit after the auditor has gone out, looked at all the things, got cussed at by the, CEO of the corporations and everything else, did all the digging, put it all together, did everything, right? So they're doing all that stuff, right? So from like her perspective, like she would say, don't, just because it's allowed, right? Just because it's not illegal, just because it's part of the allowance, it's legal, it's totally acceptable to do. You also don't want to give the in this case would be the federal IRS. You don't want to give the taxing authority a reason to think that they have to look further into it, right? Like you don't want anything to look crazy, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that when they do look into it, that they're not going to look at your information, look at your receipts and say, okay, yeah, sure, it's allowed, right? That happens all the time with her, right? Like she gets stuff all the time where she'll look at it and be like, okay, we dug a little deeper and we found that everything was in order. So we just left it, we didn't do anything. So what I'm saying is that, but there was something about that they looked at it and said, hey, okay, this doesn't maybe look quite right. So all I'm trying to say is there's nothing illegal about it, but at the same time, you never want to give the IRS the reason to say, hey, why? I think maybe we should look at this a little bit more, right? And that is true even if you're not doing anything other than just filing a normal 1040 easy, with no or out of the ordinary expenses, right? Like you always could be selected. Every time you fill out your car registration renewal and send it into your state's Department of Transportation with your insurance information, your insurance policy number and carrier on it, you run the risk. 1 in every 10 renewals gets flagged for verification. Maybe 3 in every 10 or something like that. It doesn't mean that your information is fraudulent or not true. It's just that they're going to take another look at it. They're going to look at it, make sure that it's real. So I'm just saying, so you never want to give them a reason. So when you think of this, writing this off, keep it modest, especially when you have like a big expense like that, like, hey, I'm going to write off, $3,000 from this trip. Think about it. Well, what else am I going to buy this year for the business, for the YouTube channel? What else am I going to do for it or whatever that I might end up writing off? Maybe even things I don't know right now, but I'm going to find out later that I end up doing. Try to kind of consider that and leave room for that, for lack of a better way of putting it. So, but
Okay.
that's the way I handle it. I've been doing that for years, and I've yet to get audited.
That's right.
So I hope that's wood and not Formica. So
These are always back on the head. Because that's my worry, man. When it comes to disability, I don't want to make a mistake.
That is definitely, yeah, and you definitely have to be more scrutinizing over that, Eddie, for sure.
Yes,
because that's a completely different ball game. For sure.
It's a whole different. I'm recording the cat doing some stuff over here at the same time.
Absolutely.
It is a whole new ball game because I'm on disability, so we're only allowed to make so much a year. And then once you hit that thing, you either send your clients elsewhere or take the risk of saying, "Yep, this is what it is." So, and everything you're saying about getting yourself an LLC, getting that umbrella going, everything, it brings back everything I've learned in school to where I'm like, yep, he's not lying. He's not lying. This has been an amazing stream, and just being able to openly talk about it and listen to it.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's not really cruise related. But I think to myself, who the hell's up at 1:20 in the morning anyway, right? So
somehow we're still here and 14 people still on the chats. So something good is happening.
Yep.
What did he say?
What does LLC stand for?
Limited liability company.
A limited liability company. Okay.
So, and that's really where it is. It doesn't limit the corporation's liability. It does for tax purposes, but not for like general purposes. But that's it's a tricky name, right? There's also LLPs, which is limited liability partnership, which you find a lot of time in like law firms and stuff like that, or whatever, accounting firms, things like that. So, and An S corp, I don't really know the particulars of that. And then of course there's the C corp, which is like the general corporation, like your big companies, they're all C corps and stuff like that. But like, you know, just not to go down a rabbit hole in this, like for instance, like, and I'll probably get in trouble for telling you this, but anyway, so Walmart, okay, Walmart is obviously a C corp, okay, but Walmart has about 9,000, I'm not even exaggerating, about 9,000 subdivisions that are a conglomerate of S corps and LLCs, and they do that just to kind of muddy the tax waters and stuff like that. And like, you know, like for instance, they were claiming a tax deduction one time in the state of New Jersey. Remember, they're headquartered in Arkansas, right? So they were claiming tax deduction in New Jersey one time because they said they had an office there with 4 employees who were doing payroll. And Pennsylvania conducted an investigation and an audit and determined that it was a closet that had a chair and a table, a folding table in it, and that one person went there occasionally and picked their nose for 5 minutes and then left. And Walmart was claiming over $1 million in deductions for that. So another thing that companies do is they do sham transactions, which is they form an LLC as a division of their main company. They then transfer an asset to that LLC so that they can then claim a loss on that transfer or whatever. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Like my eyes glaze over when the missus talks to me about it a lot of times because I'm like, you know, like, but I mean, it's insane what these companies do. And like that thing I told you about Walmart, that like really happened, right? So like they really do sneaky, slimy crap like that, and they never get audited for it ever. So that's why I'm trying to say to you, like, if you're a YouTuber and you decide to become an LLC and you want to write off a camera and a laptop and some USB cables and a couple of trips that you use to produce content for your business, you're good. You're good.
Just don't overdo it, you know. Don't
Exactly.
make things look crazy.
Exactly.
A little bit at a time.
Right. So, but it's all like I said, it's all totally legal. I've been doing it for years. Like I said, my wife, total Boy Scout, would never in a million years, like would tell me in a minute, can't do that. It's not legal. Can't do it. Not going to do it. Nope. We do it. It's completely legal to do. So, like I said, you just want to kind of be careful. You don't want to go crazy, because then they're going to look at this and say, hey, why is this YouTube channel like writing off like $1.7 million in expenses? Why is look into that a little bit?
He made $400 last year.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. No, like, yeah, you don't want to do crazy stuff like that.
You think you're gonna get paid?
I can't write off my house. Come on now. I use it for YouTube.
Yeah. So like, here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. So there's a home in Pennsylvania. There's a home office deduction that you can do, right? So like, but my wife will not let me take, like, a lot of times I'll be like, look, like I bought a new whiteboard for my desk. She'd be like, no, we're not writing off the $12 whiteboard, like, no, we're not doing that. We don't write off we could write off a portion of our internet bill, right? Because I use the internet for my business, both businesses, both the YouTube channel and the travel agent. We don't write it off. We could write off a portion of our electric bill. We could write off a portion of all of our other utilities. We choose not to do it, right? We could, but we don't.
Right.
Because it's a mixed use, right? Because because I work from home, so we do that. So we could write off a portion of it. We can't write off the whole bill because some of it's used for personal. My son, who takes, an hour and a half shower twice a day, we could write that stuff off. We don't. So, but we could if we wanted to, but we just choose not to. So again, it's like one of those things where we just are not trying to poke the bear too much with it.
Right.
So,
Just because it's there, it doesn't mean it's for all the taking.
Yeah, I mean it's completely legitimate if we did it. Completely allowed. It's there. We can totally do it, but we just choose not to. So,
see, when I moved down back in April last year, I went to a local bank here, Choice Bank, which is new, and I did my account and everything, my checking account, and that's where I have my disability check going. So I did talk to her about I'm getting to the YouTube business, and eventually I'm gonna need an account for the business. And she goes, "Yes, when that time comes, come back here and we'll sit down and talk about it." So at least I got the ground taken.
Yeah. So I mean, it's simple. I mean, like when you file for your, LLC, you get an article of incorporation from your Department of State, and then you use that.
Okay.
You just go to the IRS's website, irs.gov, and you don't even have to upload any of that, right? You just go to irs.gov and say, "Listen, I formed an LLC."
Okay.
You fill out the form for getting an EIN. You get the EIN immediately from the IRS, like immediately. Boom, produces it. There's your number. You can download the PDF of it. You print that out. You print out your article of incorporation you get from your Department of State, and you go to the bank and you open the business checking account. That simple. End of story. You can even open it with $0, if you want it. I mean, most banks will allow you to open it for $0, So I bank with Truist actually also. So now I banked with a different bank before it was Truist, but Truist bought them. So so I bank with them as well. So
Nate's being a smart ass.
My our bank in New York was TD Bank, and we still have an open account there. Because when we moved down, I know that we kept it since we could use it anywhere.
Right.
But I did open a different bank here just to be safe side, having somebody local, because I couldn't use my debit card from New York at any of the machines here on the ATM.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to have a local card that I could use. So good and done.
Yeah. So but I mean, like it's that simple. I mean, like you said, you file it. I went to a website or something called like LLC for free or something like that or whatever, right? Because some companies will charge you a fee on top of whatever the state charges for you to file for your LLC, but there's other companies out there that'll just do it for free. So now they offer some additional services like anything else. So you just kind of, so through the process of you doing it, like they're like, hey, you do this or whatever for an extra fee. Just no, till you get to the end, right? And then the only thing they charge you is the filing fee for your state. Mine's $125. So you pay that, boom, they do all the work for you. And then you get your articles of incorporation from your state, depending on how slow your state is, right? I think it might have taken 2-3 weeks for me or something like that or whatever. As soon as I got that, went to irs.gov, filled it out, got the EIN immediately, printed that out, called to the bank, made an appointment, went straight to the bank, went in there, gave them two things. I think I gave them $100 or something like that or whatever at the time. Open, done, done that fast. So,
well, Scott, I really appreciate all this info you've been giving us. If anybody else have any questions and any comments or anything, anybody want to smack Kenny around?
No, but cruise bet. Listen, if you want any information, like you want some like help, like getting through, like what to buy, this, that, or whatever, like contact me, and I'll be happy to like help you out with it or whatever. Make sure you get something that is reasonably priced, and that you don't spend too much for it, or get something you don't need or something like that or whatever. That I think that will definitely speed up your editing and solve some of your headaches with that and stuff. So
I appreciate it.
I might do the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know. Just
Don't worry, I'm gonna get Sergeant over there on it, so he gets in touch with you about it.
Okay.
So he could learn from you, and then I'm gonna learn from him. So.
Yep. All right. Well, listen. Thanks again, Eddie, for letting me hijack your live stream again. Like, oh my God. So I should start doing my own live streams because I'm so overbearing.
No.
But,
you keep coming to me, all right? I got no problem.
Okay,
you're more than welcome here, and you keep us going. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. So, all right. Well, have a good night. So I guess I'm gonna pour myself up the steps here to bed. So
I'm gonna let everybody go. Mike is more awake, more gone than anything. I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours. My arthritis is telling me I need to move around. I still gotta go shower. The wife already went to bed about an hour ago. So she looked at me. She went, "See ya." Out of here. So we got to go to church in the morning anyway. So, but I appreciate you hanging around with us.
Absolutely.
This is Delight. Thank you, Kenny.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Troublemaker.
It was very, very informative
live stream. It was amazing.
Yes. Thank you.
Live stream.
Very good that he came in and Mike got him, talking about stuff like that, which is great. We all need to hear that stuff. Because we're getting our feet wet and we need to be ready to get dry in case something bad happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's already a world of pennies, and then you got to fight for them too. So
correct.
It's good to do all that. Everybody, have a great evening. Thank you for hanging out. Everybody that's still here in the chat, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. In the morning at 11 o'clock Eastern, Mr. Cruz Bay has a premiere from one of his cruises. I believe it's Cozumel, you said?
Yeah.
I got the notification from that one. So.
Oh, okay.
Cozumel tomorrow. I went ahead and shared it to my Facebook group. Mike has a live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
Me and the wife.
Clark?
Yep.
Yeah,
me and the wife.
Yeah. The APC. Of course, I'll be hanging around with them. And I think Cruising is Fun Anytime has something either at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Also, Mike and Rihanna Family Blocks, they have a live at 5 Eastern Time.
Moonlight Adventures has got a live at 8.
6 is Silly Jenny, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is Moonlight Adventures, and 9 o'clock is How We Cruise. So it'll be an interesting evening. I want to, again, everybody have a great night. Thank you, everybody that's still here in the chat. Danny, thank you for hanging out and keeping tracks on the chat. Denise, I know you're working. Thank you for stopping in. Stay out of trouble. Don't be injecting needles on the wrong butts. So be careful. Land Cloud Adventures, thank you. And everybody that's been lurking, thank you for hanging out. I know somebody from the West Coast that is here lurking. So I want to thank you for hanging out too. And don't forget, I have a secret group cruise coming up in October 28, 2024, in the Carnival Paradise, leaving out of Tampa, going to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. It's a 6-day cruise. So, and the Delights and Kenny have a cruise now in November 11 through the 16th.
11th through the 16th.
In the Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Going to Nassau, Bahamas, and Half Moon Cay.
And this is happening this year, 2023. So get in touch with Crystal Delights.
Destination Delight 96 at gmail.com.
Here we go. And with me, Bruce, at ocean2ocean travel.com. For any information that you need on that, you could always PA me and we'll talk about it. The announcement's coming out Monday or Tuesday evening on Ocean to Oceans Live, and I'm gonna be setting up a Facebook group for it, and it should be fun. So cabins are already the group that we took. It's already put away, so we're gonna get more cabins coming with it. So very good. Everybody, enjoy your evening. Thank you very much again. And everybody stay safe, be blessed, stay out of trouble.